Start the reading. Well, maybe fast. I don't know. We'll see. Bobby Hemmett, We Are the Aliens. Oh, shoot. I don't know if, let me see if I can find the first one. Oh, here it go. Eating my breakfast. Fasting. Yom Kippur. I say.
Hestar,
I say.
Bridget,
I say.
Marduk,
I say.
Marasha,
I say.
Baphomet,
I say.
Adam Gurdi,
I say.
Ogu Farelli,
I say.
Ogu Shango,
I say.
Azuli,
I say.
Lekba,
I say.
Ada Wado,
I say.
Zaka, Alafi, Yamawalawedo,
I say.
Obatala,
I say.
Odudawa,
I say.
Orunla,
I say.
Oshosi,
I say.
Olakun,
I say.
Chingo,
I say.
Oshun,
I say.
Ogun,
I say.
Ilekba,
I say.
Ishu,
I say.
Oya,
I say.
Arisha Oku,
I say.
Aset,
I say.
Bosea,
I say.
Heru,
I say.
Raheru Kahudi,
I say.
Harpocrat, Apt
I say.
Harsefi,
I say.
Anhar, Ra,
I say.
Fatah,
I say.
Amen, Amen Ra,
I say.
Amen Rinthensar,
I say.
Tahudi.
I say.
Okay, let's see. Newt,
I say.
Appet,
I say.
Tyert,
I say.
Tyik,
I say.
Minimus,
I say.
Muntu,
I say.
Nanu, Anut,
Okay.
Anpu,
I say.
Ananuki,
I say.
Atan,
I say.
Mentara Atan,
I say.
Metatron,
I say.
Meskinet,
I say.
Nineveh,
I say.
Sutek,
I say.
Sutnesi,
I say.
Sutnubit,
I say.
Marduk,
I say.
Inanna,
I say.
Malkuth,
I say.
Da,
I say.
Keva,
I say.
Bana,
I say.
Shakma,
I say.
Timbereth,
I say.
Yafed,
I say.
Had,
I say.
Ain, Ain
say.
Sa'er,
I say.
Raziel,
I say.
Kaziel,
I say.
Samiel,
I say.
Rubiel, Michael,
I say.
Enoch,
I say.
Anush,
I say.
uh, let's see, Kali,
I say.
Shakti,
I say.
Shiva, Indrasita,
I say.
Sutra,
I say.
let's see, Apollo,
I say.
Ares,
I say.
Rhea,
I say.
Zeus,
I say.
Hercules,
I say.
Artemis,
Uh-huh.
Achilles.
I say.
Okay, let's see if that's official enough for, well, to all gods known and unknown.
I say.
To all, okay, and I say the Hemet family, Shaw family, Davis family, all my
Shallow
family
family,
members. So
Cole
when I count
family.
to three, start calling out your family members.
Hill
1,
family.
2, 3. Ashe, 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 Ashe,
Yeah, I say.
Ashe,
Well, oh, Jones
Ashe,
family, Williams family.
Ashe, Ashe,
Cunningham family.
Ashe,
I say. I say. I
Ashe,
say.
Ashe,
Um,
Ashe. To all
Truett
gods known and
family.
unknown. To all ancestors known and
All
unknown.
ancestors are
Ashe. All right.
Truett family. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, to Malcolm X.
Swallow
Today,
family, I say.
that's one that you need to put down. Because this is the day of his assassination, which is more powerful than the birth. Because when you come into the earth, you should be crying because this is the lowest realm to be on. You should have incarnated into a bag of shit. This is all it is.
Okay.
But when you leave the earth, that's transformation. And you should rejoice when people leave the earth because death is good and life is bad. Remember, you got to reverse all laws.
Hello.
All right, and I guess I'll libate myself, so we'll give the ancestors some damn Canada Dry. Because I figure if this is what my taste bug like, then I figured that hell, they should like that too.
That was in the Bible what he said. I'm telling you, they're going to cut my volume off. Oh, that was him. Greetings, Romeo. Romeo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Part 3. Just be trying to get understanding of things, okay? It's your girl, Ruth.
If you live in a Texas zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance...
Testing. Yeah. Testing. There you go. All right. Now. Okay. So like I said, I have this Alchemist book down here because I don't sell a lot of stuff. But like I said, the brother put this stuff together, and it's some real good stuff. So I said, get a hold of that for the people that still need the book. It's only $3 for one and $2 for the other. Fine, get you both of them, because I have an outstanding interview up in here also too, which puts the light on a lot of things with the simple fact that, like I said, this white boy is getting ready to, the way he's jumping off on it, it's going to be all mundane. All mundane. I explained this before, but let me go into some hard copy and open up tonight, and then we're going to go into some things. First of all, let's deal with Bill Cosby. Some people want to know the whole scoop behind that. First of all, everybody know that Bill Cosby is a Boule member on the movie Leonard Part 6. He has to get to a certain level in what he does. He has to give the code word. He gives the word Boule. As any time, listen, first of all, there have been more talented people in the world than Bill Cosby. But yet, this man becomes super extraordinary rich. That is because in order to get to that particular level, you got to sacrifice something. One way or the other, you're going to have to sacrifice something in your life. Just about every movie star, every person that you know of that's on the high level, even if you don't know it or not, they have sacrificed something. One of the criteria for them to get a lot of roles is they got to go ahead and slob on somebody's knob, if you know what I'm talking about, or either get booped in the butt or whatever. They got to do the homosexual.
If he do that, or did they knock it out? Dang. They knocked it out. All right, tell him again. He did that. I know he don't like that microphone.
Maybe it's inside the pocket, and we'll hook it on the belt.
Just
put it up here.
He just need a speaker. Handheld.
One, two, three, wait a minute, please. And you good to go now.
Okay. So we back up and running. All right. Like I said, we was going to talk about the Bill Cosby thing. I wanted to get that on tape. And like I said, basically what's happening with Hollywood, period, just about no person you see on the TV set, movies TV, is local. Even Farrakhan said it back in, I think, 92. You shouldn't follow or even damn give a fuck about them people on that TV set. Most of just about all of them will buck dance and will sell you out
In a minute.
to make a buck or to get before that camera. Hollywood, and as far as recording, has a history of buck dancing and selling you out. That's why Honorable Elijah Muhammad told them back in the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, don't buck dance, don't sing for them, don't dance for them, not for $2 or $3, not even for $1 million. That is a secret society. That's an organization just like any other secret. First of all, everything that's functioning in this particular country is an organization. That's called a corporation. If you get the movie called Free Jack, you'll find out that everything is run by the corporation. So now everything being run by the corporation, Hollywood is a corporation, which is a doggone secret society. So therefore, they don't put a person before the camera not unless that person is checked out. If he ain't checked out, he don't stay around long, or he don't get the big roles. You see what I'm saying? He don't get the big roles. So based on that, because Bill Cosby is one of your top Negroes, you know that he's high up in it. So what the deal was, it was a sacrifice. First of all, to get that big, you have to give a sacrifice as far as you have to agree to do something in your life, whether it be on selling your people out, whether it be on doing a role that is you jumping and selling out as far as doing something against your nature, or whether any type of thing. You see, well, what happened when it came to Bill Cosby was his son was supposed to follow in his footsteps, not necessarily in comedy, but was supposed to follow in his footsteps as a person that was supposed to someday join the ranks with the boule or with some form of the secret society that Bill Cosby is in. And as a result, he took another route, and based on that, it set up the sacrifice. And as a result, he got taken out. Now, even the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the white people were saying that the woman that they saw at that particular time, the woman that came out to the car with had on the fur, that was supposed to have been his friend, this white woman, they say she was naked up under the fur. And she's in on it with him in the first place. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why, he gave $20 million to Rockefeller, which is Spelman College. So anyway, what the deal is there was some type of sacrifice. All of them got to do a sacrifice. Now you see Will Smith is the new man in all the movies. That's because Will Smith had to agree to do a homosexual movie, 6 Degrees of Separation, and as a result of doing that movie, he's now getting the roles. You see what I'm saying? In this movie where a white boy pumping him in the behind and he holler like a woman. You see. So I'm saying, Wesley Snipes had to go and put on the wig and do the doggone other movie. You understand what I'm saying?
Got in a car accident? Don't call a lawyer. Use this free AI tool instead. That's how I walked away with $93,000 on what they called a minor.
True that.
So it don't matter what if you are homosexual, and that's fine. But you don't. But when you are in the public, you become an icon of a race.
If I had it, I would.
And by being an icon, you become the standard of what people view your race as. So these particular people, in some way or the other, they're gonna sell somebody out. You see what I'm saying? So as a result, it was a sacrifice, and you know it was a sacrifice because the day his son got killed, if you notice, I said this man here, it was almost like he wasn't even surprised. If you notice, he was like, oh, he was my hero and smiling and stuff. Now when Sally Jesse Raphael's daughter got killed up and something like this, she took almost damn near 2-3 months off before she came back to work. This nigga back on the job a week later. Then the whole thing that went down with the woman accusing him of being the father and all. And this is the key part. One thing about the white boy, and one thing you can say about Bill Clinton is to be admired for one thing. They would have a new charge against Bill Clinton's ass every week. Bill Clinton be like, what, me? I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. It wasn't me. And go ahead and smile and wave it or whatever. You see what I'm saying? That's right, OJ.
Who you talking
Even
about?
though we know you didn't do it, but that's still a good strategy. Deny it to the end. So they said, did you beat your wife? I don't know what the hell you talking about. Why is that? Because the white boy got a public policy. They don't have to explain themselves to the world. And that's what the thing with Bill Clinton said. Well, I'm going to go down kicking and screaming. If you put me in jail, I'm going to still say I didn't do it. That's the way the cracker do things. And this is the funny part about it. Even when the doggone white man went with Bill Cosby and said, we got this woman ain't your daughter or whatever, he still volunteered information about how he screwed around with this particular person's mother 20 years ago. Why would you say that when nobody had insinuated this in the first place? Why would you give up to that information?
Hey, Mala,
Why is that?
Araya.
You see. That's because this whole
Welcome,
thing,
welcome, welcome.
this
Thank you for
whole thing is
subscribing.
always funny.
Appreciate
You
it.
know the
Welcome to
whole
the
thing
family.
is the simple fact is, go and look at the Bill Cosby from Let's Do It Again and Uptown Saturday Night, and look at the one now. They're two different people. That ain't even the same real person. Two different people. So naturally, if he a damn clone and the son get killed, it ain't gonna phase him up a damn. You see what I'm saying? Because this shit is this thing is deeper than what you think it is. Take the instance now, look at this. Let me put this list on the table. This is a list. It's funny why, as in history of Hollywood, you can't find 10 white people, you can't find 3 white people that was famous, super famous, that married a black person. But just about 98% of all the doggone famous people, you got a new crop now, but they so degenerated now until they do any damn thing. But you got just about most of your famous black people in Hollywood history married white people. Now look at this list. I compiled this list. I had a bigger list in 92. But I compiled this list again off the top of my head, one night. I had a bigger list. But this one came up to 67 people, which basically ain't that many Negroes in show business in Hollywood. So therefore, that's a lot of people. That's basically the majority of most of the people in the list. Consists of people who was married to white people at one point. It don't necessarily mean that they still married or are still married. You see what I'm saying? But at one time was married to white people. And the list goes, and I'm talking about all your greats. Richard Roundtree, Lou Rawls, Grover Washington Jr. Didn't you have a cracker? Yeah.
Well, he married Raquel Welch. Him and that microphone, man.
Jones, he had 2 crackers. Harry Belafonte, Cuba Gooding Jr. D. Williams, Sidney Poitier, Diane Carroll, Diana Ross, Shaka Khan, Linda Clifford. Remember, she was a singer back in the late 70s or whatever. Leslie Uggams, Angela Dixon, Fred Williamson.
He said Andy Dixon.
Angela Davis. Yeah, Angela Davis, that bitch. She was married to the head of the Communist Party in the mid.
Don't believe the AI
fix
training
his
hype until you
microphone.
watch this entire video. Hi, I'm Lane Mendelsohn. I'm the president.
Megan Van Peebles. Remember she was on Red Fox, because he had a Chinese, sleeping white, what the hell? Richard Pryor, Lynn Whitfield. Remember she married when she got rid of him, but it don't matter. Somewhere in their life they came in contact with the beast. Yepeke Hoto. Prince got him a new cracker. That's a cracker. Michael Jackson, then on his second cracker. Iman married to David Bowie. Quincy Jones, he on second cracker. Rick James, he beat a black
Tyler,
ass and got in prison over some
hey,
white
do you want to be or you don't?
Rod Carew, he begging now because he done married the cracker and now the genes all messed up and he can't get nobody for the bone marrow transplant because he got some old Jew woman. Remember this type thing here. Mel Carter, Kim Fields, that's, she married a Korean mug, you see. She married a nigga who sell cheap shit to black people, a damn Korean, of all people. Sell cats and dogs to black people in them damn Korean shops. Paula Abdul, Mariah Carey, Roxy Rocker, remember her, that's Madge Sinclair, Al Jarreau, Carl Weathers, what's the girl, what was her name, the other black girl that played on Living Single, the one with the braids, the dark-skinned girl? Alexander. What's her name? Erica Alexander. She get married to a cracker that produced the movie Eraser. She showed the big ring on his finger. Erica Alexander. Dorian Haywood. He did the Jesse Owens story.
He's just speaking, you know, my mama always say you can get the truth out of a hellish mouth. So he just being who he is and telling truth on his part. You know what I'm saying? You take what you want out of it and you leave the rest. That's how I take people.
That was on the heat of the night with what's her name, wife? Janet Jackson, Latoya Jackson, all the Jackson mothers. You see, Tia Turner, Ike Turner. Let's see, Ike Turner, and this is just off the top of my head.
It's not the same, Tony. How you doing? You gotta understand what that means. We used to. They took our powers. They brought us down here to the lowest. So you gotta do the history on why you don't do what you used to do. You could do it with your mind. You could be anywhere you wanted to be with your mind.
And that's amazing, you say. Now, that lets you know that you are degenerated down into a doggone crazy buffoon race. To the point where everyone that becomes noble or everyone that is lifted up in this society go and get the beast. See what I'm saying?
Well, Jesus was an alien.
Now, take for instance. I want to get into this right
Jesus
now,
was an alien. He wasn't from here.
Let me explain
Remember?
something, how the attack on the character.
He was made immaculate conception.
First of all,
He was made from an angel, right?
I went into the melanin files, and as a result, I was able to count.
And he also stated that this is not your home. He said that. Have you read everything for yourself?
Black TV shows since late 1960, from Julia Baker, because you know it was Bill Cosby with I Spy, but that was not.
But what did he say? What was he? How was he born?
But Julia Baker.
And what did he say? He said he was not from here. This is not my home.
A comedy show right
He was made. The angel got Mary pregnant. Remember?
You put Amos and Andy as the first one. Which now Amos and Andy is some shit you need to go see. It's some real good stuff. You see.
Listen to what you're reading.
Still buffoonery is buffoonery. Amos and Andy being the first one. So,
okay.
And then you have the late 60s. From the late 60s up to now, they've had 71 shows. From pilots, from shows that didn't make it, from shows that stayed on 2 months, from shows that stayed on a year, and to shows that was a success. They've had 71 black shows that have come on the TV set on all stations. 71 of those particular shows, all of them comedy. 19 shows are still on the tube today. Now, this doesn't include reruns, but 19 shows are still in what is called network production. But 71 shows of comedy. You see the concept? Now, you know you have your 10 o'clock slot on TV. At your 10 o'clock slot on the 3 major networks, NBC, CBS, and ABC. Those are still your
Bobby
3 major
Hemmett
networks.
And Auntie.
See what I'm saying?
Annie K.
At 10 o'clock, they go to seriousness. Cop shows, lawyer shows, ER, LAPD, whatever. That's the serious time. No comedy past 10 o'clock. But black people past 10 o'clock, they can't be on those particular slots. Because black people, in order to be on TV, has got to be comedy and buffoonery all the damn time. Now, BET should be called Black Clown Network. BCT, Black Clown Network, at 10 o'clock. At the 10 o'clock slot, when most of Americans become serious, they have what is called Comic View. And then to add insult to injury, they had to put that old step-infected shit in the middle of Comic View with Miss Laura and that old bullshit. You see what I'm saying? They have Comic View. So this is to show you the mentality of black people, which you know BET is run by Warner Brothers, who is all the Turner Network is Warner Brothers now because they merged. HBO, Cinemax, VH1, MTV, all that is Warner Brothers. TNT, all that, but I'm saying that's Turner. TNT, the Superstations, and all of that.
I'm going to charge my other phone, too. We don't know. He's missing. It's an old video, but we don't know if he's missing. I don't know if the ancestors came and got him or the enemy got him.
Was one of the best decisions
they say his girlfriend turned on him, so I don't know.
I
don't know how true that is, but he's missing. If they experiment on him, I don't know.
They would devote an hour on motherfucking niggas showing their ass, buck dancing.
Yeah.
But yet, the Travis Smiley show,
It's the chance you take.
He ain't shit either. Don't let
Telling the
nobody
truth.
fool you. He could have done that black stuff, but to let him on the TV, he's already agreed to buck dance. Don't let nobody fool you. Ain't nobody on that damn TV.
No, the kingdom was within you. He said within you. He didn't say him.
Don't let nobody
He
fool
said the
you.
kingdom was
They got
in
people
you.
right now that you don't even see on TV, period. You see what I'm saying?
Read it right now.
Now, let me back this up. She got a little video to show that she shows me on TV. That's different. I'm on a video and she put the thing on TV. That's different than the white man allowing me to come on the TV station. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, reward, but he didn't say,
She even got a little access thing and such, you know, that she showed a little video to
the kingdom was in him. He didn't say, he said within you. He might be bringing a reward, which he coming back with a sword to tear up some shit. Okay? It's gonna be war, which we're going through now. But it's within you. You Jesus, I'm Jesus. You can do the same things. He said you would do the same things as I do, so you become him.
Why? Is because they want to put the world view around the world.
He just showed you the way.
People. Now, let's show you science on this thing. Okay. Which leads to Ebonics. Let me show you the jump and stuff on Ebonics. First of all, I said, wait a minute, hold on. There's got to be some shit behind this Ebonics, more than what you think it is. And then I tapped into it, and I understand what's going on here. This is the science. Okay. The argument is not necessarily on Ebonics, because that's good. On the other hand, the other educators got a damn point too. You can learn a damn rap song and fucking one time you hear it, you can learn fucking English right. You understand what I'm saying? And especially with rap, because it takes skills to rap. To mix the words up. So don't tell me you can't learn English right. So the other educators, they got a point too. But the Ebonics people got a point also. So let's talk about the Ebonics thing right quick. First of all, this is the main thing. So you got a lot of, now Ebonics become the household joke. You know, that's the joke of everything now. Ebonics. And let me show you the mentality of black people. You might not think this is nothing, but this is very serious. Because I'm showing you what they're doing here. First of all, if the Jews came out with something called Jewonics, or Jewbonics, or Hebrew Bonics, or fake Jewbonics, to say that we're trying to bridge the gap so we have a dialect in the Jewish community that we've had carried over. We came from Bosnia, or we came from goddamn Germany, or whatever. And we have a dialect we're trying to break, so we got to meet them halfway, and we got this thing, we comprise a thing called Jewbonics, or Zionics, to bridge the gap so our people can speak perfect English. The first thing you'll say, them Jews some badass motherfuckers.
Rocky, how can you judge me like that?
Them Jews bad. They done did a thing, some science.
You don't know me.
They can bridge the gap. You say they some bad. If the Japanese did it, some Japonics, you would say, damn, Japanese some badass mothers. That's because the concept of them doing things, you understand, is respectable. You see? But when black people do it, it's a fucking joke. Amongst other black people. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me show you the catch. First of all, Jawanza Conjufa conspiracy to destroy black boy, as I already told you. Goddamn Crocker ain't interested in you being educated at all, no way. First of all, let me say one thing. First of all, there is no such thing as curse words. I gotta say this every time so the people don't miss it. First of all, there's no such thing as curse words. This is the English language. It wasn't even invented when the original language was around. So therefore, how could these be curse words? They're supposed to be something bad to God when the damn language wasn't even invented because the cracker couldn't even talk. So first of all, like I say, this is the way we express ourselves as the official language of the ghetto. And on the other way, why I started doing it, because if you hear my earlier tapes out, I didn't do it, but more spiritual I got, the more and more I start talking close to the people in the street. Because I'm not interested in a motherfucking cracker seeing this. You understand what I'm saying? And you might front when you come out and say, he cursed me. You say that shit in your own damn house. So fuck the hypocrite shit. See what I'm saying? So since we are getting out of the stuff about cracker, and since I'm talking to the nigga in the hood, I'm talking to you in your house. Just like if I come in your house and step on your damn foot. You understand what I'm saying? So we ain't in the front. We past that now. Because no matter how brilliant you think you are, white people still hate your guts because it's their nature. Okay. Now let's deal with this. First of all, boy, when they first start out in the first grade,
Keep reading.
the black boy
Read every
is the
culture
first
Bible.
one. The
Read
black girl is
every
number
culture
2.
Bible. Okay.
And the white girl is number 3, and the white boy is
Read
number
every
4.
culture
By the time
Bible.
they end up at
So
12th
you give
grade,
an
the white
insight
boy is
of
number
just
1 in
this
education.
way in
The white
America.
girl is number 2. The black girl is number 3, and the
No,
black
he's
man
not
is
talking
last.
about all white.
Right?
And some whites
And
are
you know
really,
this. So you know that the doggone
yeah, he
government ain't
not.
interested in teaching no black people no standard English, so they can get a damn job when he cut not the damn jobs. So I want to ask you a question here. What is NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, CNN, CNBC, and all of them that have shows on Ebonics, including C-SPAN, where they did the congressional show? Why is this?
Get out of the white and black mentality and listen to the message.
In the late 1980s, like 1989, 1988, 1989, and 1990, remember the cracker came out with some shit called the bell curve, which said that you were inferior and you couldn't learn. Right? Okay, this is the key. This thing ain't got nothing to do with Ebonics at all. It's got something to do with the world view with you. First of all, this is the key. Number one, there is no such thing as local TV no more. They shoot stuff up in the air on a satellite. That means that they can catch this thing in New Zealand. They can catch this shit in down Madagascar. They can catch this thing in Australia. They can catch this thing in Zimbabwe. Understand where I'm coming from? Now, this is the key. This is what's happening. When both black people sit down, because black people like to get on TV to show off, show how brilliant they are. Even the Afrocentric conscious niggas got a little knowledge, they come right on the damn TV set. Oh, I want to come and drop on these bourgeoisie Negroes.
Yeah, he is, ain't he? Tony, read every culture's Bible.
The first thing you
That's
do
what
is
I'm
when you
gonna leave you
go
with.
and you get on the TV set.
Hey,
you think
Silver.
crackers is in your favor. Oh, he's got a forum discussing Ebonics. The first thing happens is this. In order
If
to
he has,
discuss Ebonics, you got to admit that you got a learning problem in the
if
black
he has
community.
melanin in his bloodline,
Both people, both the Ebonics people and the traditional educators got to admit this at first, right? That's already bearing witness to the cracker bell curve shit. Look at them niggas. There's some dumbass motherfuckers we told you in 1990. You understand? That they couldn't learn. Go ahead. You understand how that goes here? It ain't even about Ebonics. It ain't got nothing to do with that. They said in 1990, based on the bell curve, that you couldn't learn. So when the Negroes get on TV, this arguing back and forth about Ebonics and the traditional education, they don't even know the cracker ain't even into no Ebonics thing. You can just pull it right on off the stage.
no. It's according to how you were made.
The cracker ain't even in no Ebonics. The cracker is into showing the people that black people are dumb around the earth, and they're using the Negroes on TV to do it by even discussing this shit. I want to ask you a question. You got some damn Jews who wear little black hot-ass clothes in the summertime. Do you know any damn thing to go on in their neighborhood? You didn't even know until they put out a movie in 1992.
And some were made in the laboratory by our ancestors.
That they were
Inky.
studying the Kabbalah,
You know
which
anything
is
about
the
Inky?
esoteric advanced sciences of your shit. You
Inky
didn't even
made-
know that they even were studying. You look at them
study
on Tuesday
Inky.
and walk around. You just talking
Okay.
about them running some damn stores and them some old diamond people. You didn't even know they are studying you. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about them people. You go to Chinatown and other than them people selling you all them little cheap stuff up there, you don't know nothing about their damn
But
stuff.
I can tell by you having that
Them people could be
compassion, you
screwing
have
dogs.
melanin in your
And most of
bloodline.
them be doing all kind of vile
Because
shit.
you can
But you don't know
tell
nothing
someone
about
wouldn't
them.
care.
But see, what the cracker will do is you thinking it's about Ebonics.
Tony, keep reading
It
other
ain't
people's
about
Bible.
Ebonics.
Read other
Cracker wanna
cultures'
put you
Bible.
on
That's
TV
I'm gonna keep telling you
discussing
that.
you having a
You gotta
learning
get out of one
deficiency.
way.
That's the
They
key.
say we only use 10% of our brain because we don't go branch out
The Ebonics thing
and
is
read
based on
other
media.
things. We stay
Like I
hooked
said,
on
he
one.
wants to put you on TV
So you
to
stay
discuss
earthbound when you're not
discuss you
supposed to.
discussing learning deficiencies in the ghetto or whatever to bear witness to the bell curve. It ain't got nothing to do with Ebonics. You understand how this goes? But we got to run the TV with every damn thing. You see. But you don't know these other gay community.
Read
Right now,
other cultures'
give me
Bible.
some intercultural things about the Lubaba with the Jews. Right now, you couldn't tell me nothing. But how they walk around in the summer with some hot-ass black clothes on. Something trivial. But you can't tell me nothing about how they run their family or nothing. Because they don't show the world the inside view. But like I told you before, there is no such thing as local TV. They shoot it up with a satellite and it goes all over the world. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's why you have 91 comedy shows, 71 comedy shows, or you acting like buffoons on TV since 1967. You see? You've had 71 of those shows. There's 68. I think Julia Baker, Bill Cosby, you do the math. And we're not talking about Amos and Andy. But 71 comedy shows, some that didn't make it, there's been over 71 of them in the last 30 years. All comedy. You can count the amount of serious black shows they have had on TV on one hand. Shaft was one. You know, they say detective. There's more serious things to do than shoot a person, but that's what they call serious. A person is, detect Shaft. Remember, he came on TV, didn't make it, did a damn couple of months, didn't make it. Paris, remember the guy, James Earl Jones did one. A couple of, you see what I'm saying? And if there is a serious, there's always one black man with LA Law or whatever that's in the middle of a bunch of crackers. But the key is, I'm saying one, no, I'm not talking about that little discussion show of Tony Brown, but I'm just talking about just prime time entertainment. You see the image that they get. You see what I'm saying? Dramas and all this and suspense and all. My point is this. So they showing you always laughing like buffoons and stuff. It's beamed up to a satellite. So when the brother, what little TV that the ones do get on the continent come here, from the continent, only thing they have seen with you is fucking Huggy Bear. Because the British chancellors don't give them shit, but you acting like goddamn clowns. So when they come over here, they always say, them motherfuckers, they're crazy. They don't see you with your Mercedes-Benz and how you had to work harder than anybody in your class to get the degree. They see you Negroes, as them buffoons. You understand what I'm saying?
They see
that
on
now,
TV.
A Paramount Network and all those have on every night. You see what I'm saying? You see the concept? So now, this is the concept. Now, another thing too. Oh yeah, you just love rap music. Nobody can tell you shit about rap music. Now, I'm not old enough not to like rap music because rap music came out when I was my last year in high school, 1979. You see what I'm saying with whatchamacallit? So, but that's not the point here. The point here is it's just as ludicrous now to only have rap music. Because there is no more black music. They phased all that shit out. It's done by actual music companies. It is just as ludicrous now that what you call now as entertainment, all you see is rap music. Now, I don't care what you say. You might talk all the bullshit. But first of all, listen. Let's not be funny with this, man. We can't be hypocrites. First of all, a rapper don't look like the most educated motherfucker in the world. But let's not cut out all the dumb shit. Some nigga hip-hopping, and that ain't nothing but an advanced buck dancing. All the dumb shit now. That ain't no sophisticated Duke Ellington behind no piano. You understand what I'm saying? Matching the white man and beating him at his own game. That's a doggone nigga in the doggone projects, and that's the way that people see it across seas. Now, you can argue with me all the hell you want about rap being a cultural art. I understand that rap is a cultural art. I understand the whole genius behind the rappers and all that. But that ain't what the world, this is what the world views you as. A fucking idiot with his goddamn hat turned on.
But they're going to copy your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, if we gonna go on, we can't be damn sitting up here sweeping shit under the rug. LL Cool J, a motherfucker damn near 30 with his damn pants leg up like this, is a damn idiot.
Well, fine
but yet he got the damn TV show. You see how this goes? And all the ones that you say conscious rap, they done sold out. Public Enemy sold out, kicked their boy off. You see what I'm saying? Sold out. Ice Cube, he done sold out. Talking about West Coast and East Coast and all this dumb stuff. You in America, catching hell on both coasts. But the people see this across the world. That's not enough. Yes, you can see out of the ghetto, you can understand the implications of a person having a voice from the projects.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But a nigga in doggone Zaire, you understand what I'm saying, don't understand that. A person in the Caribbean don't understand that. You understand where I'm coming from? So this is the divide and conquer. This is just an advanced Huggy Bear stage. They showed you as a fucking pimp in the 70s. Now they're showing you as a nigga walking around the goddamn ghetto with a gun in your damn hand.
Okay.
This is what's going on, and they beam this shit up with a satellite. I'm still talking the same metaphysics.
Yeah, I had to tell some foreigners what was up. Shit. Lied to by every black woman. No, not this one.
They beam that shit up
And
with
then
a
my
satellite.
black man dude, they didn't make it any better.
Moscow, excuse me, clearer than what I'm talking to you right now.
You're the CEO of TEMU, right?
Yes.
How dare you still have the audacity to eat here? You said people could buy the tablet for $0.
Paul could even see the pictures. You see the concept of what's going on here? This is what's going on. So this is very key on why they're actually destroying the image of black people, you see. And that's what I was saying about all these Negroes that's on these TV. I don't care who they are. So the only one ain't sold out right now is Denzel. Bullshit. Go and get Denzel. Denzel is now becoming the new Colin Powell. He just made the movie Preacher's Wife, Courage Under Fire. So that's a nigga in the military grieving over a fucking cracker. And the preacher's wife is that they're trying to get you back into the church, which the preacher done sold you out for years. It ain't shit noble about no preacher. You understand what I'm saying? You best be glad there is a spirit that all black people gonna be saved. Otherwise, we'd have to pile the preachers up and set fire to their ass. They should wear the tie more than the nigga around here shooting niggas in drive-bys. But they damage more people's mind with that bullshit. Because, you know, that's the main damn nigga that the doggone white people come to. This the new thing with this new Christian coalition, which is nothing but an advanced Ku Klux Klan under the skies of Christianity in the doggone Republican Party of the White House called Christian Coalition. First thing they did is went and got a few preachers 3 weeks ago, so we're going to join up with you. The first thing they said is we're going to build more black churches. Because they say we're losing a damn grip
on black people.
See what I'm saying? That's what's going on at this particular time. You see, and I'm telling you, it's real major. It's real major on what's actually happening. So let's go on. Yeah, I'm gonna need more than this. You give me a towel. Yeah. Okay. Let's deal with some things on what we're dealing with right now, because we got a lot to talk about. First of all, got some new information on Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, at the time, when the white boy understand extinction and understand he's leaving the planet and he's losing the grip, they decided with Mike Tyson knocking out people in the first round, even though they said if he go back past 5, you can whip his ass, but still, it doesn't diminish the man being one of the most strongest people on the planet. So as a result, they said that they had to lock him up and get him into jail so they could go through what is called a Mike Tyson experiment process, where they can go in and do doggone work on him as far as
pray for them people in prison, y'all. Especially the innocent ones.
Some of his
They
genetic
fucking them
material.
up.
You understand? So that they can process this stuff to make a stronger gene for their own survival. So the main way you do that is to get a person in the doggone prison. So it ain't matter what he could be sleeping one night and go out for a week and wake up a week later in his room and think it's the next damn day. They don't know what the fuck going on. Because they advanced like they'll come in and blow a dart in this nigga ass and knock him out for a week. They can keep his body for a month and he come back and think, oh shit, I only been in jail 2 days now. See what I'm saying? So that's advanced on how these crackers are. You see. So that's advanced. Now, I want you to stick around when I get into some things because I have some very
woke.
good news for us. But you're going to have to let me explain this thing, and you're going to have to open your minds up to a wider level than what you just see when you just make sense of things rationally, logically, and reasoning. Rationale, logic, and reason, you got to throw that shit out. So this the catch on why they're showing, you got to throw that out.
And look what these eyes got to look at
this
this
is why
one.
they're showing, this is the reason why we got black educators still talking the
These
same
eyes
shit 30
lie.
years now. They're going the same cycle over and over again. That's because
You
they're
good,
stuck
Tony?
in a box. That's what the educational process was. It was to stick you in a box. You understand? Stick you in a box to stagnate your mind and to put a blueprint before you. And if you can't, with the education that they give you, you can't go outside of what the white man is giving you to see the actual reality on what's going on.
Yep.
So that's the reason why, even when they go and put these new black found intellectuals that Geraldo say he is found with Tavis Smiley and all them niggas is fucked up. You see what I'm saying? They can't talk about nothing but the political scene that a white man invented, that in actuality is totalitarianism, whitewashed.
Whitewash.
Or candy coated. They're
Candy
stuck in a box,
coated.
and most educated
Hello.
people are stuck in a box.
I forgot about that
They're
word.
stuck in a box. You see what I'm saying? That's when you notice this stuff, and even like I say, even when you get the book, the book in here, I got a whole section on the Afrocentric movement. If you notice, the Afrocentric movement, when it was just the straight history, they had all the school teachers and all these educated people. And then when we started going more and more into the spiritual phase and stuff, those people started dropping off because they couldn't go past that white man's education. The reason why I'm saying that is not because I'm a person from the outside looking in. I spent 8 years in the colleges, and then I realized that I
Tony,
was
we just
working
gonna
up in a
agree to
hamburger shack
disagree,
for down
okay?
there 4 years, just working up in there. He's paying me good money, but I was working in a damn hamburger shack.
I'm not stuck in a
And it took
box.
the 4 years to get all that shit out my mind, so I could see
I used
things.
to
When I
be
went up
like
in there
that
first, you know, the Afrocentric
till I
thing
asked for the
was pumping,
truth.
and I was looking at everything based on the
And boy,
scholarly
did they
shit.
give it to me.
And I couldn't get to the spiritual side of things, which after the 4-year period, I started speaking. But it had to take all that time to get all that out of my mind because I was raised up. My mama was a school teacher. My grandma was a school teacher. And I had 19, my great-grandmama had 19 children, and all of them went to college. All my mama's generation went to college. All my brothers went to college. So I had to get all that stuff out of my mind, deprogram it.
Deprogram.
You see what I'm saying? Deprogram that shit. You might say, well, I can't see how that mess you up. But it's so subtle until just the way
Somebody
you think.
else's way.
It's fucked up. You see what I'm saying? The way you think is fucked up. You see what I'm saying? You know, some people, you know, they get educated, they can never sleep on the floor. You see what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers ain't slept on the floor in years because it's beyond their whole reach. So this whole thing is made to put a person into a box. And them the people you got running the country, which ain't nothing but just the white man's niggas. Check? You understand what's going on here? Okay. Let's deal with some stuff. So I got a good article in there on that. So the people that just came in, we got the book for $3 to get that particular article and get the article on that brother from Morehouse that also wrote some of the science and all, and giving an update on the Moore science and all the other stuff like that too.
I have lots of sides.
Listen to the message, Tony.
It's me.
Just
Now, let's
listen
go on.
to other things. Listen.
Let's see. So that Mike Tyson thing.
Then come to your own conclusion.
You understand that at this particular time. I'm just gonna go through a few things to just show you how the country works, even if you're saying I'm making it. Remember I told you that I was a shoe designer. I got out of Clark College and they gave me a plane ticket and I flew to Fifth Avenue. No, that's Avenue of the Americas, or up here and shit. Met with the cracker, and I was the #1 pick. And at this time, I thought I was making it, and it took me up until about 2 months ago to understand what was going on. I understood that they was going to be making money off me. The cracker told me, he told me in New York, he said, stick with me. He said, you are good. And some money off your ass, and in the process, you're going to get rich too. And I was in like Flynn. But then the cracker told me how to do the shit. And it just registered. I told this to the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And then it hit me on what they actually do this particular program. And if I would have stuck in it, I probably would have been dead. You remember you got your black designers, you had Willie Smith, and you had this guy named Patrick Kelly. Both of them dead. Now, this don't have to be in design. This can be in any business. Like Reginald Lewis, they killed his ass and all this type of stuff. Well, the cracker told me how they set a Negro up in business who don't have no money. And
they set my ass up. They knocked my business down.
And I'll show you.
They ain't even have anybody to cook.
I said, I don't have no money.
I had few customers. I didn't know I was supposed to be in secret society.
5 of my cousins, which is
I didn't know nothing about that. They shut my ass down.
If I'm lying, my mama's a bitch with boots on. So I'm telling you. Excuse me. I'm not lying to you. This is God's truth. I'm not lying to you. It was in Peachtree Perimeter Hotel in September 1989. He said, they're gonna bring this money down and they're gonna make you, and you're gonna be in. And I said, wait a minute. How you gonna do this and I don't have no money? He said, look, this is what you do. You're gonna design for us. For the mere fact that you're a black man designing, that shit is like a novel. You the new nigga. It's like a porch monkey. White people even buy it. Ooh, that's the new black designer. You know? And then black people buy it too. They put a little couple of things in ebony and essence. You understand what I'm saying? That's money. Everything is propaganda. So I was the new Negro in time because no black person was designing shoes at that time. So I was in like Flint. So what happened was, he said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to design for us. We're going to give you a 5-year contract, or a 4-year, or a 6, it don't matter. Which one you agree to. We're going to give you a 5-year contract. You design for us for 5 years. We're going to make a super huge case around you. It's going to be like millions flowing around. You're going to be big like Ralph Lauren and all the boys. You design for us for 5 years. You sit back and take a salary of $30,000 or $40,000 a year. What the hell? All your people from college getting them little jobs. So
ain't that a bitch?
With the company. The company, the shoes will bear your name. You understand what I'm
But
saying?
you get $30,000 to $40,000 a year.
After 5 years of the initial investors, they got to get the money that they put in, and plus they got to make profit. After 5 years, after making the profit, you get the company. And it's all yours. And you got a company paid off. And so a lot of people take the bait this way.
Mm-hmm.
What they don't realize is this, and this is through the music industry and all this shit. That's why Tupac broke now. So what happened is this. After 5 years, you get the company. Now, because it's a design thing, and designer, a name hot this year, it ain't hot the next year. Hell, after 5 years, when they hand you the company, you sitting on the company and your shit ain't the shit no more. Right? But they done got all the money out. You sitting here with a Robert Hemmett that don't even sell.
Yep.
You got to change the name and try to start up.
They done made all that money off your ass.
It can be a phenomenon or a household name that people just going to love forever because they take a quality with it. So this is the key. After the 5-year period, if your stuff don't sell, they hand you a company and you go under in like a year or so. You understand? Because it ain't hot no more. If your stuff is still selling, after the 5 year, they take your ass out. That's what they did with Patrick Kelly and Will Smith. Well, was it Willie Smith? They take your ass out. And that's how them brothers got kicked off. And they just say, well, they can say blame it on AIDS.
Yeah, they give you shit.
You equate that with doggone homosexuality and with design. You know what I'm saying?
They start lying on your ass left and right.
And they take them brothers out and stuff, and the company keep on going.
The bootlegs too.
Then you come up on, he didn't own his company at all. They would get ready to do the same thing. You see, and that's the way the cracker explains it.
It worked.
But in the context of that, the spirit hit me, and I ended up doing all this here, and that's a whole other story.
Bootlegs are the black
everything that you see,
house niggas that work for the whites.
Never. There's always a game going on. You understand what I'm saying? So going back to the Bill Cosby thing, there got to be a sacrifice going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you see with the whole Bill Cosby thing. My point is this here. The biggest trial you know of is the Nicole Brown Simpson and OJ trial in world history, which we're going to go into. I'm going to show you and explain some things. But on the other hand, you never saw them pictures of them laying in the damn driveway cut up to this day.
I thought it was a lie.
The night that the brother got killed, they show him laying on the street with a pool of blood.
I'm supposed to be lying so much.
It's your story
It's
to
sickening.
tell. Sculpt your own path.
Couple of all got paid for our ass.
David
Paying
Herman,
attention to him.
Sculpted Cable
Come
Collection.
on, y'all. I'm trying to stretch.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to
See what I'm saying?
Don't believe everything you see with these eyes.
All that stuff is everything everything is to have a sacrifice. And that's what's going on at this particular time, an actual sacrifice. Now, let's keep on going with some things. Go and rent the movie Exorcist 2. We're going to deal with some movies also. Exorcist 2. It needs to be decoded because there's a lot of stuff dealing with Africa in Exorcist 2. The one with Richard Burton in it. I think it came out in like 76 or something like that.
That was good.
Rent the movie. It's got a lot of stuff dealing with Africa.
Yeah. A lot of
You see what I'm
lies.
saying? A lot of metaphysical things. That's a movie you need to rent also too. Also, like I said,
Make you scared of being your
Peggy
color.
Sue Got Married. Rent the movie. You think it's some bullshit. Rent the movie. Peggy Sue Got Married. What's the world name? White world name?
I think I've seen that. Peggy Sue
Kathleen
Got
Turner. Because it's also telling you about time travel. And you don't necessarily need a machine to do it. It's all you can
that's
go.
what I just told him, boy.
She fell out on stage and literally went back to the 1950s.
It's some
And when they
portals
went
everywhere.
to take her out, her grandfather, who was a Mason, said our lodge was founded on a time travel. And they did a ritual and they were going to send her back, but the guy grabbed her and all. But anyway, she ended up going back anyway.
See, that happened to me when the graves was coming
You
after my
understand
ass.
that?
My higher self put me in this
Based on that.
dimension.
Now,
That's another story.
there is some information that's going on. Let me explain this to you. About the dinosaurs. Now, the Art Bell show, the guy Richard Hoagland came on and said that the
And
government
this
found
dimension is evil as fuck.
the government found these dinosaur bones. And the dinosaur bones was radioactive. And he said that what they found out was that somehow they had gotten exploded. They had an explosion that went on. What happened was this. They got some new information that in actuality, even Hakeem Bey talked about how they found out that the black man and the dinosaurs was living on the earth together at the same time. But you know, we didn't come from no barbarism, first of all. And number two, we didn't evolve. We came from high advanced beings down to this literal fall.
Right.
So we didn't evolve on nothing. The cracker evolved. Trying to fit you into that story.
Yeah.
So,
That Adam and Eve
in
story.
that, what happened is this. Based on the stuff coming from the Necronomicon history is, and based on this particular information that the brother Cam also presented, was this. At one time, we were not all the way physical before we slipped into the
Abyss.
physical realm. The dinosaurs, obviously, they say were here before the planet, before we got to the planet. They were like the first things to roam, and so therefore they were more into the physical. But despite what you think, they were an advanced race.
Maybe.
You can't look at things on like the animal
maybe.
things of what you think it is now. They were an advanced race of thinking people, because any mammals you see
Very
right now is
intelligent.
damn near smarter than most people walking around here. The whales and all that shit. The dolphins, you understand, you know that. Even the elephants and all. They were advanced race, because the elephant is nothing but the leftover ancestor of that dinosaur.
Good,
So they were
Steve.
advanced race.
Bad for you.
What happened is we were on the earth, but we were in another dimension, in a semi-physical dimension. So we didn't interact with them on the same realm of what we would have to do if we were both in the physical realm at the same time. But as we began to fall, we realized in actuality that there was some problems that went on. And based on these problems, we realized that these two entities could not occupy the same space, so we blew them up. We blew them up. And so now Richard Hoagland is bearing witness to this. They found some doggone dinosaur bones that was radioactive. And we can blow them up because we're advanced beings at this particular time. You see what I'm saying? So they literally was wiped out. You see what I'm saying? Which is also based on, like I said, I think I said it the last time, that now they're coming to find out, based on the Gnostic scripture, that all your plant life and all of your animals, first of all, we made those animals. We made those animals. And all your plant life was made mainly by the black woman. She would do it.
Good, Steve.
She made all the stuff through her period. When she would get on her period of the period blood, it wasn't the same type of period you have now. But despite what what's his name said, because he got to read ancient history. The blood was always sacred, and you always bled. Don't let nobody fool you, because we got enough history now in stuff. Because see, we get certain history. You might have not bled like you bleed now, but you used to use the blood because the blood is a form of melanin. And the woman, and the woman would take that particular blood, and she created the whole plant life and all your insects.
Hello.
And remember now, all because you got deserts and stuff that's dying off is because somebody that came in and killed off a certain amount of species that would keep an ecological system going.
Right.
So based on you killing off a certain species, what happens is the stuff start drying up. You have famine.
Mm-hmm.
But the black woman came in and created a certain amount of insects and a certain amount of things. She said, well, since we're going to be on the planet because we're down here now, we got to make it
Because you
livable.
didn't find it, Steve? That's
So
why?
as a result, she created all of the plant life and most of the fucking animals.
It's in your DNA.
You see what I'm saying?
Well,
And that's
according
in
to
the
who your
Gnostic scriptures that
bloodline
they dug up in
is.
1955,
You know what I'm saying?
1945 in the Gnostic scriptures. That she created the shit through her period. You see what I'm saying?
At Every, we're rewriting
It's all
the rules
according
of
to
our
that
work.
bloodline,
Because dressing for the
boopy-doop.
office should be
You ain't got it, you ain't got it.
And
So
even
sit
in
back
the
and
book
listen
of
and learn
Oct.
some knowledge.
Secret Doctrines, Volume 1, they say that ISIS brought wheat to the planet, which means that she brought the art of vegetation.
Hey, Novo,
what
I
I'm
see
saying?
you. Hey, Ghana.
Art of vegetation. So it's very key. So this is still uncovered history that we are actually breaking down at this particular time also too. If you get a chance, if you can get a chance, I'm going to wait. I got a VCR now. My VCR broke up in September. So when the movie came on on Cinemax, I didn't get it. If people got cable, always watch on Wednesday night around 11 o'clock, 11:30 or 12 o'clock. Watch some stuff come on called Vanguard Cinema. And it show you movies from around the world. But the movies that's coming that's not made in the actual country, outside of Hollywood, drop a whole lot of knowledge. And there's a movie you need to pick up called The Advocate. Did you ever? You got it? You can rent it. So we got it. Okay, so you can rent it. It's called The Advocate. And in this particular movie, this movie is going to show you all the gross fucked up shit about Europe and France. It's set in France. It's going to show you all. You're going to see a little man running around with a tail. It's a real motherfucker. Remember I told you about the person with the tail? A little rat boy and all. You're going to see a little dog boy in the movie. It's called The Advocate. Came out in 1995. In there, they're going to show you the science on the black woman, and they're going to give you the science on the gypsies, which they're going to show you that the gypsies were black people. And they were scared of them, and they looked at black people as the devil. Is your thing cut off again?
No, I wanted to ask you, the channel, is that the movie channel?
It's on Cinemax every night. Now, some of it is subtitled. But that's cool, too. But you got to watch them. Every month, they're going to give you one that's in there that's going to be very severe. Like they did the one we saw about, what was that, New Zealand? They got a whole group of black people in New Zealand that they walk around like the rap culture because they copy us. You see what I'm saying? They copy us. And that's another thing, too, why the white boy beam up the idiocy.
Everybody copy us.
Because they want other people
Everybody
from
talk
black
about us.
because black people actually follow the
I wouldn't want to copy nobody I call ignorant and slow and dumb.
That's why you see
Okay.
now the biggest thing
But everybody want to be like us, but you talk about it. So what's really going
That's all
on?
they're doing is boxing a nigga up on the continent. High top fade. All in Ghana. You see what I'm saying? All Sierra Leone.
Oh. Let me find part 2.
Every great story begins with people. People who care. People who do the right thing.
Yeah, what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to hear what he had to say. I know y'all remember this guy right here. Before I find the other one. He says, he's a movie star. I like his acting. God is water, Satan is you. I want to see if he's talking about. If it's him. If it's not him, I'm not gonna.
I told you my theory on God, right?
Uh-oh. The hell?
I told you my theory on God, right?
I'm not sure.
My theory is that God is water and nothing else.
Okay.
Well, what?
All right.
70%.
Nothing else.
Just water.
It's water.
So you could drink God.
Well, God's in you. You already have it in you. You need it to survive.
Okay.
You need.
Okay.
That's why we created soda, so we would have to drink water.
But soda has water in it.
Exactly. Everything has water in it.
Pretty much, yeah.
No. You're 3/4 of water.
Yeah.
So is what? The earth.
The earth, right.
When you were born, you had to come through what?
Water.
Water.
You live 6 months. You live 9 months in what?
Water.
Water.
The earth gets its energy from what?
Sun.
The sun.
The sun is made of what?
Fire.
Gas.
Hydrogen,
Okay. Which is a gas.
which is water.
Well, it's part of water. H2O. Two hydrogens, one oxygen.
Water.
So what is H2O?
Water.
Why you fight me on this, man?
I'm not fighting you.
Got a
I'm
point.
picking your brain.
It's water.
I'm picking your
H2O.
brain.
It's H2O. Fuck, it's water. It's water.
Okay. Right. And a lot of people, I remember when Lil Nas X did the whole Satan video, like, I did a few interviews where I said Satan isn't real, and everyone got on me like, ah.
Yeah.
So what's your take on Satan?
Satan's not real.
Okay.
Satan's in your mind. You make Satan.
Right.
You create Satan.
Movies. Books.
Everything bad that happened to a human came from a human. But the reason we created Satan is the same reason we created God. So we can have somebody to blame and somebody to...
Doing something out of
He
hand.
did it! Satan did it!
The devil
He
made
made me do it. No, motherfucker, you the one with the gun. You did it.
Right.
You did it.
You create your own
So-
demon.
I asked people, I said, so you have to have somebody with the... God said, I'm going to step out. You need a God to do right as a middle person. Then who's Satan? Then you. If you need God to do the right thing,
That means Satan is you. Ooh.
why don't you just do the fucking right thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Ice
listen,
Cube,
I'm not...
Sid, Jinx, the money.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not religious, man. I'm an atheist. I've been saying that for years. And, do I think that religion's a good or bad thing? Ultimately, I think it's overall a good thing because I think it creates certain concepts of how we should live with each other and how we should act towards each other.
always
That if
good
you
in
follow
everything.
them, you will overall have a better society. But just like anything else, there's going to be a certain number of people that are going to use things for their own self-interest. They're going to twist shit up and reinterpret things so they can make money or they could have women or whatever else for themselves. Just like everything else, whatever system you do, someone's going to try to break that system to try to cheat. And I look at religion the same way. And if religion works for you and it helps for you to live a better life and be a better person,
Well,
I'm all for it. Be as religious as you want. But in the same token, if someone chooses not to believe in God, you have to respect their point of view as well, and not say that they're going to hell or they're like they got it wrong and you're the only one with the right answer. And I've always said this.
I speak
Now,
like that holier than
for
thou.
everyone who believes in Jesus Christ or Allah or Buddha, if you go back a couple thousand years, there's going to be a huge number of people that worshipped Thor, the god of thunder, with the same level
of intensity.
of fervor. Now everyone looks at Thor as a Marvel character, but he was an actual god that people worshipped and built
Odin,
statues over
yeah.
and devoted their lives to. So what? The people that worship Thor are all idiots?
Mhm.
Because he's a Marvel, comic book right now? No.
Every patient deserves a surgeon they can trust.
Yep.
At Sonobello,
Gotta look at
that
stuff.
trust
You gotta get
comes
out the
with real
box.
experience and real credentials.
The Matrix. It's the box. Oh, are they done? Are they through? Oh, they done. Are they through? You gotta listen to everything. I remember the preacher saying, "Don't read Revelation. Don't read this. You will understand. You don't do this, and don't read other cultures, and don't read this, and don't." You can't tell me that, cause I'm gonna do it, and I'm glad I did, cause I did understand Revelation when I read it, and I started reading. I just asked for the truth one day. I knew at 6 years old something was wrong. You know, I say that all the time. I looked up and said, "What is this?" But as time went on, I learned how to fit in. So I got off into the Bible thing, the church thing, the whole 9 yards, okay? You know, my family was into that. And studied and studied till it was no change, and it was worse. It was like still getting by. I don't know how to explain it. So I just asked for the truth. Look, I want to know the truth, because this ain't it. So they had me find different Bibles. I bought different Bibles. They would have different Bibles for me to find. Scriptures I didn't understand. Strangers would come up to me and take the Bible from me, literally take the Bible from me, and go back to that scripture I didn't understand and break it down to me. So they told me to start reading the Old Testament chapter and a New Testament chapter, and then keep doing that till I finished the whole book. And each one of the Bibles I read with different things in it. Then they said go to different other culture Bibles and start reading that. And that's when I started doing that. So I got my way of what I see the world. Okay? And study learning. There's no end to the knowledge and learning. No end to it. You know? So you can't push others to believe what you believe, because everybody have their own way of doing things. And you're supposed to have your own way of doing things. Okay? That's all I want to say. That's part 2.
You see what I'm saying? In Nigeria, the high top fade, South Africa, high top fade. But they still follow your trend. You understand where I'm coming from here? So the movie is the advocate. In the movie, they're gonna show you that the gypsies was a black person. Also, they're also gonna show that the white man, if a hog kills somebody, a hog, they put the hog on trial. That's how dumb these people were. They put the mule on trial. So the whole shit was that they had this gypsy girl. She had a hog, and they was trying to kill her hog, because the hog ran over some child or whatever type thing. And she was telling the advocate had to come in, and he was the person that was sent out by the government to come in and stop all the crazy shit. But it's called the advocate. Very key. We're going to go through some movies tonight, and that's very key. Because your tarot cards, they come from the gypsies. Which the gypsies was nothing but the bastardized leftover children of the Moors.
Right.
You see, your playing cards came from the gypsies. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And all that's what that is. And gypsy is a slang word for Egyptian. Egyptian. Gypsy. You see what I'm saying? Very key. Very key to get that particular part. Very interesting. Look at this. I told you a long time ago that this is beyond the year 2000. Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and all the crackers came on Nightline on the first of the year. Okay. And they were laughing.
Okay, Tony.
And every cracker,
I always love you too. I love everybody.
With the cracker, dude.
Unconditional love.
From down Mullins, South
But
Carolina.
not stupid love.
I mean, I'm from Mullins, South
I'm
Carolina.
gonna let you fuck over me.
National anthem. I go down to Mullins, the national anthem, that song, it's electric, boogie, yoogie, yoogie. They can play all the fast shit and all the new stuff, but some night they gotta play that, it's electric, and they gotta do that line dance and shit.
All right.
And stuff. But my point is, and I can tell you anything, you ain't gonna believe me. The cracker came on TV and said, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, all the big crackers, they say, well, we do know that the older calendars are ahead of the Gregorian calendar, which is the one we own. But they said all of them agree, but we do know based on the Gregorian calendar that the year 1997, based on that calendar, is the year 2000. You see what I'm saying? Now, they did say that the other calendars are even older, that the time is even beyond that. Which I told you 1994 was the year 2000. But they were saying even the late messed up calendar, based on the days it was That's what leads me to this. Get this particular information. These are some very great times, and you just start rejoicing more than anything. You need to rejoice because every day it gets... Now,
Oh, we putting the weather up.
one reason why you need to rejoice because every day, not unless you dead, it gets worse and worse. With niggas out in the damn street, niggas on TV, the goddamn cracker, and just everyday life should be, you should be tired of this shit by now. And I guarantee you, it's worse now than it was in December. It's worse then than it was last summer. It gets worse every day. In the mere fact of you even going through this particular part, let you know that it's getting closer and closer. You understand what I'm saying? That's because you're growing tired of it spiritually. Now, am I being witness? Does it get worse every day? Not unless you're a dead nigga. It should get worse every day. You know, we got a bunch of happy people out here, but that's the dead people. But people that's been in the consciousness, it should be agonizing. You understand what I'm saying? It should be agonizing. It should be to the point where as you ever get to the point that you don't even want to even fuck around with people. You ever get to the point the damn phone ring and you don't even want to, you say, wait a minute.
You bother with that bull
In
crap.
the spirit, last week my brother ordered me a caller ID.
Got me some kind of gossip, some kind of trash you don't need to hear.
You know what I'm talking about. Let's not be funny with that. But I'm talking about, and we're not looking down on people. This is not looking down on people like we're an elite group. We're talking about solitude is a joyous one.
Hello.
There's a book you need to get, a book called Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice. A little green book called Fire and Ice. It's talking about this Germanic
Oh, he said that.
secret society from Germany. And in there they go through the doctrine. And at one point in the doctrine there's a chapter called Solitude is a Joyous One, or Solitude. Which means a certain time when you grow in spirituality, you gotta cut yourself off from society. Not from the people in the street, not from necessarily the bourgeoisie, but all of them.
I don't care if you respect me or not, sweetheart.
Be alone in
I'm gonna
solitude
respect me.
and try to find you a partner that's gonna somehow be in on it. If not all the time, but sometimes. Just so that he don't fuck with you when you just, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
Even in your house, you got a fool beside you. It's best to be alone. It's best to be alone than to be a damn lunatic, and it's becoming more. And this is not. And see, this is the thing too. And it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the male or female thing. It's just as bad as you can't find a female if you a male. It's gonna be down. It's best not to be around them. They say, well, there ain't enough males out here. There ain't enough nobody out here.
They don't get
You see
deep.
what I'm saying?
Sex.
Ain't enough, you see what I'm saying?
Get deep enough
So
to get
yes, the
sex.
males,
It's
the
about
females
money,
verbalize
about
it
material.
more.
And I know it's some
You see
good
what I'm
men
saying?
like go
The
deep.
niggas are
I just
flopping.
haven't ran into them.
It's not enough anybody if you seriously conscious. You understand where I'm coming from here? Does it get
They're
to
not
that point
just
that you don't
saying
even want to be
it
around people?
to get in your draw.
You see what I'm saying?
I'll
Whereas
fuck
you
you up.
start enjoying being by your damn self.
Yes, I
You see what I'm
do.
saying?
Not
Yeah,
lonely.
very key. Now, let's go to some things. On January the 23rd, 1997.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining.
The white boy came on TV, and on January 23rd, 1997, when he came on TV,
My sister's birthday.
they talked about something called the Gaia Mine Project. And it says on January 23rd, 1997, there will be an exceedingly rare opportunity or archetypical opportunity. I'll explain that in a few minutes what they mean by archetypical. Of a planetary alignment. At the time expressed in the heavens, such a perfect six-pointed star, this of a certain six-pointed star. This pattern comes at the exact date of three planets, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune, conjoined together for the first time in almost 200 years. Since the Renaissance of all five othermost planets have been harmoniously arrayed. On January 23rd, the cluster of planets will center in the first degrees of Aquarius and joined by the sun, and the full moon opposite it all. Now, what they mean here is this: based on the Gaia Mine Project and based on this particular person's discovery in 1969, that when we was talking about when was the age of Aquarius, what they agreed with, what scientists agreed with all around the world, that on January 23rd of 1997, the age of Aquarius was ushered in.
Begun.
You understand where I'm coming from? Now, to let you know that this is authentic, you got to understand the science.
Mm-hmm.
On the 1st of January, when they came in and said that we now agree that this is the year 2000, or at least it is at least the year 2000 based on our calendar. Then the first thing they'll do, this is how you know the shit is right, when they tell you the truth. This is how you know the science. This is how you peep the science on that. Whenever they come in and tell you that this is the year 2000, right? And immediately they'll come with a doggone expert that will come in and calm shit over. So what happened was on Nightline, they came in and they agreed that this was the year 2000. But immediately they had their scholar, their expert, or their doctor, or whatever this particular person. He'll come in and say, yes, we agree that this is the year 2000, or beyond the year 2000. But we're trying to tell people that in actuality, it's nothing to be alarmed with. This day, this year, or the year 2000, a millennium, has nothing to do with nothing, just like any other day in 1935. Anytime they immediately follow, you understand the science with that, that lets you know the shit is real. Otherwise, they wouldn't even follow. So on the day of this conjunction, that they ushered in the Aquarian age, they had the expert from NASA came in and agreed. He said, yes. The expert from NASA came in and agreed and said, yes, this is the Aquarian age. It was ushered in on this day. But this day is no different, or this year, or no other years beyond is no different than any other year.
That's a lie.
Whenever they do that, you know it's the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the science behind this. What makes this so spiritual?
Not being
So
different.
this day was ushered in on January 23rd, 1997, was the Aquarian age. A day later, they had LeVar Burton on this late night. And they talked about the night that Roots aired. Okay, we all understand the Afrocentric thing, that Roots was a somebody plagiarization of somebody's book, and it wasn't the greatest portrayal, but still yet it was the best thing the white man debuted. Let's not be funny who we dealing with. We're dealing with the cracker. The cracker gonna preempt 7 nights. To give you 7 nights in a row, they haven't done it. They said it was the first of the actual, what you call the miniseries. They said it had Rich Man, Poor Man, but it came out in 1976. But it was not. It didn't go 7 consecutive nights. The first one was Roots. Anytime the cracker stopped his shit for 7 nights to give you a somewhat even a skimpy history of slavery. That's some major shit. You gotta look at things the way things are. Can't look at things with arrogance. 20 years later saying Roots ain't shit. When Roots came out, Roots not only changed the concept of white people that say, I didn't know.
Boy, the fights we had in school, well, they had.
And I remember when Roots came out.
I went to a predominantly white school, and we had riots. We was on the news all the time. I was at home watching them with some popcorn.
We didn't know. They'll go back to their nature later on because they are programmed to forget. Because they don't have melanin, so they're going to forget. That's why the cracker forgot that you had a civil rights movement in the 60s with all these laws. He come up 20 years later and said, what the fuck we giving a nigga affirmative action for? Because he don't have the melanin to remember. That's why you got to write down shit all the time. But at that particular time, the cracker was like, we didn't know. And black people, I remember when I was in high school, we bust up in the house and say, look, ain't no crackers pissing in this bathroom no more. And the crackers couldn't come to the public bathroom in the high school for like a couple of months until us niggas forgot. We forget based on they trained us to forget. You see what I'm saying? But we stayed mad for a couple of months on that Roots thing. So it was spiritual in that part. So LeVar Burton was in there. LeVar Burton was on TV.
I ain't give a fuck. I was at home.
On January the 23rd, 1977. That's some spiritual shit. He said on January 23rd, 1977, Roots aired. And here it is 20 years later, based on this conjunction that they knew about coming from 1969, that January 23rd, 1997, you would be ushered into the doggone Aquarian age. That's very spiritual. Because for one time when this year hit, from 1997 since January, stuff had been coming up mathematically precise. You see what I'm saying? This is some amazing thing. And when I go into it, very key that you got to understand that all of this is happening around one event. that most people won't understand because they don't understand right before their eyes this thing's happening because you looking for 6 beat meals, some cracker coming down off the sky on a fucking white horse. You know, you going by the book of Revelation, which the book of Revelation was taken from the Persian Revelation, and it ain't got nothing to do with nothing physically happening. It's talking about some shit that's going on inside your body. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's go on. Let's go on. Because we're gonna deal with this particular part. How many people saw Mars attack? Like I said, we're gonna deal with that. How many people saw Mars attack? Okay, you up here, it don't matter. You can, if it's out of the theater, you can still get it on video. Get Mars Attack because it's a very spiritual movie where they take the White House and put the red, black, and green flag up, and they kill everybody in the movie but the black people, which is Jim Brown was the pharaoh, and they killed all. And the only crackers that survived was the one that Jim Brown saved. Very key that you see the movie because the Martians was actually black people. That's what they was telling you. Very key that you see the actual movie.
Very key.
And even when Jim Brown went head to head with their ass, they didn't even kill him because they said, "You a brother. You just don't know." You see?
Don't believe the AI trading hype until you watch this entire video. Hi, I'm Lane Mendelson. I'm the president of Vantage Point AI, the leading market forecasting software that's helped over 35,000 traders find life-changing trading
find out who you are.
Only Negro they killed in the movie was Paul Winfield, but he was acting as Colin Powell. He was the first nigga to die, just like Christopher Atticus was the first nigga to die in the Revolutionary War, get his ass shot off with a cracker shit. You understand how this go? Y'all all right? Am I boring you? Okay. Okay. So go see the movie. Mars Attack. Very key that you understand that particular part at this particular time. Now, let me get into some things. Right here on what the good news is, because we got a long way to go. Let me see first. Let me give a few more hard copy before we get into the good news. And let's give a few more hard copy things right now. Go and rent the movie, little cartoon movie, The Hobbit. Came out in 1977. The Hobbit. Yeah, when you see the dragon in The Hobbit, that represents this government, and it represents this entity called a Dalabroth, which in actuality the dragon was very arrogant and thought he couldn't fail, because he was ruling the whole planet, but he had one little piece in his chest that had a patch stone. And the Hobbit, the little guy Bilbo Baggins, saw that they can penetrate that, and he told the archer to shoot his doggone
I had babies. I started having my babies in 84.
Dragon's
I was 24. So
and it brought down
I
the
was
dragon.
a mother then working my ass
But
off.
as soon as the doggone dragon was brought down, all the people of the land at this time is don't look at the colors, look at it as all black
really
people, all
listening.
indigenous people. They start
Rap,
fighting over the gold
music.
left. One don't want to share
I was
shit with the
working,
other.
trying to
That's
take
not
in
like
my
that
babies.
colonization thing in Africa.
Then I got married and started. I had two before I met my husband.
So see that movie.
Then
It's
I
very key to see the movie.
had 3 for him.
The Hobbit. Very key that you see that. Go rent the movie if you can. Really. Because in this movie, this thing
Shit,
survived
it's still a sacrifice days.
eating-
What you talking about?
in eating pineal or pituitary gland, the hypothalamus region of the brain. which
I didn't
houses
get too
pineal
many
and pituitary gland.
crazy people.
See the movie,
Every once in a
really.
while I run into somebody
Now.
crazy or real evil.
We now understand what happened in Rwanda.
You know.
Rwanda, what happened? Well, how many people
Every
died
once
in
in a
Rwanda
while.
in 1994?
Everybody was mostly surviving. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, especially
more than that.
Caucasians, whites, they started
Huh? It was like
disliking their
100,000.
people, how cruel they
About
were.
100,000 or
They would
more.
come hang around
and
us a
anytime
lot.
they say 100,000, it's 10
And,
times that much. They're going to
A
give
lot
you
of them was
always
tired
a
of
little
getting raped
estimate.
by their parents, their father or something.
What happened was this.
Turned to the streets. Say, I
They
might as well
went
get
in,
paid
and first
for
of
it.
all, they started
Uncles, all that raping
war
them.
there.
I mean, every culture
And they
had some
killed
of
off
that, but there was
100,000 people.
some of them
We now know they killed off
reason why they
100,000
left
people.
around their people,
To
and they
use
didn't
it.
like the
And
prejudice
what happened was
thing.
after they killed them all,
So I met a lot of
they
people
took
like
their
that.
bodies,
You
the
know,
white man took their bodies, and
we
like I
just
told you in the
survived.
last couple segments,
You know what I'm saying?
they crushed
Respected
them up
each
and
other
made
and kept it
melatonin
moving.
pills out of them. Rwanda. They made the melatonin pills out of the bodies. As if the 12 million black people is missing now from the projects, especially in Atlanta. They done wiped Atlanta out. Ain't no underclass damn near. The motherfuckers dead. It's for the melatonin pills. They got enough melatonin pills stacked up now.
Y'all see that drug when the people in
Stacked
looking
up
like
now
zombies?
to,
I made a video on that.
the last of 1,000
It
years.
came out.
Even I was taking the melatonin.
Gotta be careful.
What I was thinking the shit was they was talking about
Ordering
this
the
natural
food,
melatonin.
drinking
all
that
that.
water out them
Come to find out
bottles.
that they were saying that they can make this stuff like putting
Be careful.
the chemicals of melatonin together based on the vitamin. They call that melatonin. No, what they're saying now that they couldn't even do that. They had to go in and crush up these bodies. And all the ones in Rwanda, they crushed them up, and they crushed them up, and they got what is called melanin camps. They crush them up, and they pack those bodies together, and they condense the material, and they ship it over to Europe and America, and they make the melatonin from the pharmaceutical companies. Now the key is they made a movie documenting the shit.
They convinced the Chinese people to take the melanin out their
when
skin.
nature calls. You thought it was some funny shit.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker Jim
He
Carrey
do.
running around the motherfucker. In the movie, Jim Carrey tapped into an elaborate scheme against the Watusi.
He's Sagittarius. He doing what exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
Because a sacred bat was stolen. But come to find out, it was a doggone white boy that had stole the bat, and he was stealing this particular stuff. He had tapped into an elaborate scheme of some stuff called guano, which is called bat shit, that was supposed to act as a fertilizer. If you studied it, if you understand the esoteric symbol of the bat, it's a Vodun symbol for melanin, or the shadow. If you understand that the melanin that they talk about, also in Egypt, it's called a divine fertilizer, then you will understand that the movie was documenting the Rwanda massacre for melatonin pills in the movie, but you can't see it if you just look at shit literal. You got to put on the X-ray vision now. Everything ain't what it appears to be.
Hallelujah.
New Total Eye Lift. Clarence All-in-One Eye Care with Harun Garner. As
Never
effective
see
as
with these
retinol.
two eyes. See with
30-second
that
eye
one.
lift. Smoother.
You understand what I'm saying? So the movie Ace Ventura and Nature Calls documented the Rwanda massacre for the melatonin program. And what's going on? And we ain't talking about the 12 million hitters died. And we talking about we talking about the shutdown. They done shut down half the projects in Atlanta and the people gone. My sister just got a brand new job at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The cracker came up to her and said, oh yeah, some cracker came on the job. She had to train the cracker, whatever, showing the ropes. And he came up and said, yeah, this summer they closed down some projects and they shipped them black people to Chattanooga. They ain't shipped them.
Ain't shipped them no damn way.
Chattanooga, but they didn't let them out of Chattanooga. What the niggas in Chattanooga?
Cloning them.
Tennessee won't be the niggas from Atlanta. They shipped them to Chattanooga to a first holding tank to ship them to the melatonin processing plants. You see what I'm saying? But yet they pumping that damn Holocaust every day on TV. They pumping that Holocaust. Schindler's List come out. And here's Schindler's List. Now, first of all, the first time in the history of network TV they're going to show Schindler's List with no commercial interruptions on Sunday. They just had a Holocaust shit in Time magazine this past week. Every time you look, they still talking about some damn Jews getting killed in Germany. But yet they killing niggas right now today. 12 million dead in the United States alone since 1990. That ain't including AIDS, that ain't including crack, that ain't including gang warfare. We talking about on the melatonin project, period. And then they come to make another movie called Extreme Measures that came out like this summer that told the niggas what they was doing. And the nigga who wrote the shit called Michael, what's that guy name? The guy that wrote Michael Palmer. Michael Palmer is a damn medical doctor who worked on the goddamn shit. This cracker was one of the doctors that worked on the melatonin project. He wrote the book Extreme Measures, and he got 4 other books out, and each one of his books explain all the messed up stuff that the doctors is doing. This cracker's one of the doctors. He wrote it, and they made it into a movie starring Gene Hackman and Hugh Grant. Check. You better recognize. I'm telling you. So, this is the stuff that's actually going on at this particular time. Now, also, let's see, go see, there's a lot of things you need to do. Go rent this movie Every Time We Say Goodbye with Tom Hanks, 1986. In the movie, the movie ain't got nothing to do with really science, but it shows how Tom Hanks is in the World War II. He's working for Britain. He's in the British Navy or Army or whatever. He goes over to Israel and he hooks up with this Jewish girl, but the family don't want him to be with him because they got a close-knit in their community. They don't even want no outsiders. So they go to the extreme measures of locking her ass in the room before this nigga could go. So what I'm trying to say is you don't necessarily have to knock a Negro in the room, but what I'm trying to say is we need to get serious about our own culture enough to take extreme measures to preserve that shit. You see what I'm saying? And you can see this movie and see the extremity on what the fake Jew go through to discriminate against a white boy. You see what I'm saying? Check.
First video I showed, they telling y'all, like I've been saying, that McDonald's, the meat you eating is white kids.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to get into this, and then I'm going to get into some other stuff that's very good news, but you've got to understand this.
You ain't got to believe me.
I'm going to break this thing down scientifically so you can understand this very clearly.
That's Jewish people on
when
that.
do you want to take the break?
The rabbi said
I'm just saying.
They drink the blood, and they distribute the meat out to different companies, and McDonald's is their biggest one.
We're going to wait till, yeah. Okay, cool. We're going to do an hour and 15 minutes, and then we can worry about that now.
They got you thinking they only hate blacks. They don't care about nobody.
The sister from Eleola Coon is up in here. I did, 7.5 at your place. And all that was a smoker. I'm telling you, I was seeing you back there and all, So now. And yeah. So now listen, let's deal with this. This particular part here is dealing with some stuff that I told you before I talked about the clones, which I also, in the book The Alchemist, those people that just came need to get the book before I leave. This also talks about the clones. But in here, this is talking about the original part of cloning, and it's bearing witness to what I said also too about the clones being made in World War II.
Most people ain't real.
Now in here, this is some stuff coming from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that was written somewhere in the 60s or whatever. And this is what it says. Who and what has specially prepared a woman that the wise white scientists intend to bring into the black nation and or bring the damn black nation down with. Now, at first they said that they created this particular woman. This ain't got nothing to do with black women per se. And when they go into this, they're going to show you what this woman is. And from this is what you have now. But this is from the 1960s. The messenger teaches that some wise scientists in Germany, and I said, oh, you dead to right when you said this shit here. I said, because why is it the damn Matrix books going to come out with the same shit?
In a world where you've constantly been told what you can't do,
Who will you choose to be when presented with something different? Be inspiring. Paint your own story of what life could be and what you want out of it.
be authentic. Embrace who you truly are and hope to be. As
Good
someone
message.
who is unapologetically you.
Be who you're meant to be.
Some wise scientists in Germany who developed a biological plan in turn will help to destroy the black man. At that particular time, they was going after the black man. And this will have nothing to do with you black women. You out of this. This is another program that's going to destroy the black man at this particular time. But it ain't got nothing to do with you. You understand what I'm saying? I want to get this straight. The scientific plan is constructed along with the lines of biological manipulation and so-called hybrid being. Now, I go back, there was an X-Files that came on last year, and it talked about how World War II, Germany, World War II, Hitler made some what is called alien human hybrids. Hybrid just means false or, a genetic mutation of something else. Now, these hybrid breeds, which in this case is totally new type of woman, but one who could and does have the appearances and the similarities to the black woman. This created woman has some color and body structure of the black that the black woman has.
Show you some
the
people ain't
message
real.
teaches that this particular woman, in order for her to direct her, in order for one to detect her, one would have to be able to observe the coloring of the roots of the hair. And now at this particular time, we're talking about both male and female. in the 90s. This is with the incubation period of this thing. This is about 30-year-old thing, or maybe close to 30, 35, 36-year-old thing here. The color, and it says the roots, the coloring in the roots of the hair will appear to be a greenish color at the roots. This color is due to the chemical makeup of her body. This color may even in some of this color appear within the eyes. Some other biological maladjustments include the irregularity of the menstrual cycle and the obsessing craving for sexual act. Now remember now, after the 1960s, although you did have prostitution well into the damn 40s and the 30s and the 20s, but remember in the 1970s, that's when you start getting the role of the pimps and the mass prostitution. Remember that shit in the 70s? That's because of... No, we saying, what I'm trying to say is they have been here longer than that, but what we're talking about here is when you have an influx of phenomenon. In the 70s, it went buck wild. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand about the 80s, but I'm saying it started in the 70s, although the 80s, but this is what it is saying here. It is taught that once one has engaged in the sex act with her, and after a period of 6 months, his body will develop a malignant type of cancer. Thereby, the different corpuscles of blood system will have already been contaminated. Now, what I found out recently since I read this sincerely is this way. Hold on, let me tell you 1 minute. This promotes even more destruction of the body system as syphilis, and the degree that appears also in the eyes. Now, what it's saying here, he is actually giving a document on the first beginning stages of AIDS over 30 years ago, over 35 years ago. So what I'm saying is now, and I can explain this thing. Now, this is what I see. After 6 months, the body, you see, especially in the first part, they got treatment now that they can keep a motherfucker alive so they can get money off his ass. But if you don't go undetected, you can be dead in 6 months. Hell, with Eazy-E, that shit was like a damn week. You better recognize. After 6 months, the body has become unable to function and maintain maintenance for constituting life, and all body cells will cease to accord themselves and thereby produce death. Now, this is what it says. This is the point what I want to get into right now. This is the key. The creation of this woman in the experiments has taken place since 1959 within the remote villages of the country of Angola. They started it in the 40s with Hitler. And from the information from Hitler, they restarted it in 1959 in the remote country of Angola, and the project financed by the government of the United States, Germany, Portugal, and as a major finance benefactor. The development and the creation of these women consists of the transmutation of grafting black pigments from the body of a black woman into the body of a white woman. The capillary systems thereby, over a period of time, alters the entire color of the white body, and this type of treatment, all along with the high specialized biological perceptions with the range of the minor surgery. And basically what it's talking about here is this particular thing here is they clone white people. But with us, what they did is they actually made a white person.
Fall testing season is here, and Katy College Prep has everything a student needs to feel ready on test day. Take advantage of our
These people crazy.
And set them out into the street as prostitutes. And now, this shit is male and female, so some of them motherfuckers you see on TV and on the newsroom and all these people representing you can very well be white people. Very key. And this particular information was given by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in somewhere 35 years ago. It also documents age and also is talking about this particular cloning, but now we're talking about another thing. We're talking about them having the ability to make a black-white person, black on the outside, by giving them hormone shots. Now we know this can be done because even the guy who wrote the book, The Muculus Diet, That white boy said even by changing his diet, his skin started darkening and started getting the most surface melanin he could get in the book, The Mucular Diet. So you know if this cracker can write this book, what, late 1800s? Or the early 1900s, he can bear witness. And they killed this cracker. Took him out. What you think about what the cracker can do with the technology was brought down by the Pleiadians and the whole 9 yards with this whole Hitler thing. Very key that you understand that at this particular time. Okay, let's deal with some things right here. What I want to deal with is this. I want to deal with this good news. But you got to open your mind up and you got to listen to the concept and the science that I'm dealing with on this. Good thing we got a blackboard here. Good. You got some chalk? Yo, brother, any of y'all got some chalk? Give me some chalk while I start doing this and all. Now, let me go into this. Let's see. Let me get my notes. Huh? It was cut it off in the air. Oh, we need all you did. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna set here. I'm not moving, so I'm not really moving, so it's cool. You don't have to be there man in it. As long as you, yeah, you know, somebody be the what you call. Okay, ready. Now, what we want to get into at this particular time is this. The sisters are gonna bring the chalk, but I want to get into this and try to understand something here. Number one, the O.J. Simpson thing was something greater than what you thought it was. Now let me explain this to you. When Napoleon went into Egypt in 1797, he went into Egypt. That's 200 years ago, this year. And from that, they carted out all the information. Then you would have people come and have an actual intelligentsia that will deal with this particular information over the course of 100 years. Somewhere in the 1940s, they concluded, y'all listen to me because I want to break this thing down to you. They concluded somewhere in the 1940s that there was a certain incident was going to occur. Now, the problem on the reason why it passed the white man and he don't understand what the fuck is happening and he's being played like a sucker on this. When he look up, he gonna say, I was so stupid. But it didn't matter anyway, but it's still to go out this way. What happened is this. One thing about the white man, if you go see the movie Indiana Jones, the first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know after the end they got the ark, but the first thing they did, they pushed the ark at the end of the movie, they pushed the ark into this big hangar, and they had these boxes stacked up, literally thousands of them. Well, the white man, in his colonization of history and colonization of information and knowledge, they got so much of this shit piled up until now, if you pile the information up and you go back in the room, you be done outdone yourself. You won't know where to start. So they got so much information until they don't know where to start. Because they done stole so much and compiled it. You understand? By keeping it from us, they have locked themselves out of the process. So even what they have done studies on and had concluded some stuff that they could have been ready for, because they got so much of it, they don't understand what the hell is going on. Well, I'm telling you, listen, you got to believe me when I say this. First of all, listen. Have I ever not come to you with a whole bunch of damn books and stuff? I always try to at least give you some scholarship to say you can read for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Not saying that the scholarship is the end-all and be-all, but I at least try to give you something other than people just coming up and telling you some shit and saying, that's just the way it is. You're going to have to believe me because I'm the Messiah. And they got about like eight messiahs out here now. Imam Esau, which is, Rabboni, he's so-called supposed to be the Messiah. They got a brother named Solomon that's supposed to be the Messiah. As far as most people in the Nation of Islam are concerned, Farrakhan is the Messiah. You got the guy Ben Amin that's got this Hebrew nation. He got from Chicago. He also got one in Atlanta. They got the Soul Vegetarian Restaurant. He took all these people to Israel, and the government gave him $40 million the other month. He's the Messiah. They look at Rahu Nefer as the Messiah. Most of the people, you see what I'm saying? You see, he might not say it, but in so many doggone words, he know the motherfuckers worship him. You understand what I'm saying? And just about everybody that's heading organizations at this particular time, people look at them as the Messiah. You understand what I'm saying? But to be truthful, I ain't never told you one thing. Ye are gods. And what you need to do is to try to take more stock in yourself and get out of these goddamn organizations because you got the fucking key. You see what I'm saying? You got the key. So you can't never say that I'm trying to lead you astray. Simple fact, because I give you information and I don't come around telling you to join no shit and sign up for no shit. So you can't, so I'm trying to be on up and up to let you know, well, if there's any credence you need to give and stuff, is to say, well, just validate that. Just look at that particular pattern. I'm not coming up trying to give you no stuff and all, and I always try to document things for you. So when I'm telling you this particular part, even though you might think that nigga reading into this stuff, this is very serious as far as the science on this. Now, let's deal with this particular stuff at this particular time. And I'm going to try to explain this thing to you. First of all, there's at least 4 or 5 movies that you get the movies, you can see that they took this thing and they planned up and they put it in each movie. In the movie The Juror, you will see the part about reasonable doubt. Came out in 1986. In the movie Trial by Jury, movie called Trial by Jury, came out in 1994, the same damn year. They'll talk about the reasonable doubt. In the movie The Shawshank Redemption, that came out the same year that Nicole died, they'll show you that the guy that went to prison, as they wanted OJ to do, but it fucked them up. Because Johnny Cochran did a ritual up in that shit, and it fucked their ass up. Yeah, that's why you see they made sure they put another nigga up there. It messed up the game plan. But the movie Shawshank Redemption, this guy goes to jail because somebody kills his wife and her lover and they blame him for it.
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota and Montana. We've already sold over 2.9 million barrels, creating steady jobs for hard-working folks chasing the American dream. You can share in our success.
See, very key. Very key that you understand that. The other movie, The Chase, that's the O.J. Simpson chase scene. And he said, I had a cut on my finger in the movie. He said he got caught. He went to jail for something he didn't do with it. They took the DNA from the cut on his finger in the movie. But they got the L.A. Chase scene going on. The movie The Chase with, what's his name, Charlie Sheen. And who does Charlie Sheen ends up being best friends with and was supposed to be the best man at the wedding? Kato Kaelin. See what I'm saying? The movie was released about a month right before the killing. So it couldn't have been copied, you see what I'm saying, right before the killing. There was another movie that was released a year before the killing in 1993 called Guilty of Sin. And in that particular movie, you will see the shoes, the so-called shoes, in the damn movie. Then they released another movie that was in production that was already made before she got killed. It came out after she got killed called Just Cause. In that movie, you will see the goddamn knife. So in Just Cause, you see the knife. In the movie Guilty as Sin with Don Johnson and Rebecca De Mornay, you will see the shoes. In the movie The Chase scene, you will see the cut on the hand, as well as the L.A. Chase scene. See what I'm saying? All this stuff set up this particular way. The domestic violence part was released in a movie to get the people sensitive that black people can have domestic violence 1 year before the murder. What's love got to do with it? You understand why they make movies. You see what I'm saying? That's all programming. To celebrate the 1 year of a black author's portrayal of a pathological black man and the dysfunctional black family, which was Color Purple in 1985, the celebration of the 10-year anniversary, they give you Waiting to Exhale, which is the same goddamn movie with another black author in 1995. Understand this shit. Check, very key. Nothing don't fall together just randomly. Everything is everything. That's the reason why we can't get nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're looking for the white man to validate everything for us. And everything can be documented because if everything could be damn documented, you understand what I'm saying? There wouldn't be nothing to crack a note. You understand what I'm saying? Your grandmama used to just say, it's just so. It just happened that way. And that used to be the law before your ass got educated. Now she's stupid. And now that's the average African's problem. They don't want to hear shit that the traditional people say over there because they're educated now. Well, that's some crazy shit. And that's the ongoing thing of our life, how they always separate us. Because he said, I am what is valid, and I got the doggone power to say something and make it stick, and have the whole world believing it in his way. Check? Yeah. All right. Listen. I want to show you this. They're talking here about a judgment trial. Now, the book you're going to get is just get Burge's book, Osiris and Resurrection, Volume 1 and 2. You get that, but you look at Volume 1, the green book. There's a whole chapter on the judgment trial. On the judgment trial. What they have concluded based on the teachings and the studying from the Egyptologists around the world, which don't really know nothing, but the Egyptologists will put out stuff, but it's the occult scientists, the secret societies, who got the information that was left behind with the Moors, that can look at things other than the physical, historical things, and look at the metaphysical things. Those particular crackers, they discovered this one thing, and I'm going to read this one little sentence just so you can understand something. As a region of technical fiction, a fiction from the spirit world back to our good earth, this is a miscalculated domain of the hall of judgment of a mentor. Basically, this is what he is saying here. Listen. This is what he is saying. He's saying, I want to get this right. The first broad consideration led to the mind of truth about the judgment was a reflection that if a mentor, which is the hidden land or the other realm, was on earth, was this earth, then the judgment trial must necessarily take place in this life. Now let me go and just break this thing down. Because I want to break this down and explain it in my way. What they had concluded, that the judgment in the book of Matthew, in the book of Revelation, and throughout the Bible, which was taken from the halls of Mayat, or the hall of Mayat, or the judgment, or the book of coming forth by day, which is the book of the dead, which is the book of coming forth by day, which is the hall of Mayat. They found out this conclusion, based on studying that if the judgment would determine who's going into the hereafter or the other dimension, if this is the indication or to determine who is going into the other dimension, the judgment, then why would it take place in heaven, which is in the other dimension, if you're going to have something that's going to determine you going to the other dimension? In other words, the judgment has to come on earth in our time. And based on the conclusion from 1940, based on the secret societies, and they forgot this information because they suppress shit, so they don't know what to look for. They said that based on the information coming from the judgment of the halls of Mayat, or the book of coming forth by day, and from other papyruses, like one called the Contendings of Horus and Set, they realized one thing, that the judgment that was going to take place, which would judge people based on their nature, they realized that that particular judgment would take place on earth and somewhere going into the millennium. It would be a trial that would be so big that the entire earth would know about it, and not knowing the whole time that this particular trial it will be judged. Now, whether you do your math and do your homework, there's never been a trial as big as the O.J. Simpson trial, and there will never be a trial as big as the O.J. Simpson trial.
All right.
Now, for you people he got from us. You'll know that Shakespeare, if a Shakespeare did exist, whatever it was, he was taught his shit from the Moors. From the Moors of Spain. Or from the Moors who set up 16 universities to teach the damn white man. Right?
That's right.
In there, what happened in there is this. He tapped into some ancient fragments going into the future. There wasn't nothing for a person to see into the future. We could do that. That's what melanin can do to you. You understand what I'm saying? See into the future. And in these particular fragments, what he realized was one thing. He tapped into something of a man that was married to a white woman that would be tried, or what happened would end up, some murder would go down. And based on any time they're looking into the future, now he either did it one way, because if you go back and get the movie, we got to study on all parts to understand this. Y'all all right? Let me explain this thing to you. If you can't understand it, go get the tape after I leave and just study it. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not saying, I'm telling you to be happy about this shit, because when I go into it now, I'm just going to the edge of it. This is some beautiful shit I'm dealing with here. Because God is my witness. You see what I'm saying? Now y'all just bear with me and hear this damn good news.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a trip down, side effects like dizziness can throw me off.
Now, this is the deal. Somebody give me something to wipe my face with. Give me some of them paper napkins back there. And listen to this. If you go get a movie called Nostradamus, get the movie by Orion Pictures. There's two of them. There's one called The Man Who Saw Them All. That's one that's documented with Orson Welles. That's not the one. You want to get the one, 1994, Orion Pictures, Nostradamus. That's the one you want to get. In the movie, they show that Nostradamus was taught how to divine, or taught the nature of how to divine, spiritually divine by a Moor. And he give him one of the scientists that even though they might show a white man, you understand what I'm saying? That's to throw you off. It was a black man, a Moor, that taught it in one of them universities in medieval Europe and in France at that time. Nostradamus' case, it was France. Shakespeare, I guess it was England or whatever. Anyway, they showed him how he could see into the future, and they showed him to mix up a portion, and he licked and said, oh, it's nutmeg. And that man said, among other things. But the real thing was nutmeg, honey, and cayenne pepper, boiled into a tea to open up the spiritual senses. You see what I'm saying?
But you can't do it every day.
Can't do it every day. But in there, remember, remember, in the documents, The Man Who Saw Them All, which is the other video, they said that he even recognized the man's name in one of the Antichrist's name in the 20th century, and he gave the name Hister, which was Hitler. But when you're looking into the future, a lot of times the names and things can come out vague. You understand what I'm saying? In Shakespeare's case, or whoever was that particular person claiming to be Shakespeare, it could have been a real person, could have been, doesn't matter. Whoever wrote the shit. In their case, they're looking into the future because they're taught how to divine by the Moorish science. Because the mystics of Islam, remember I told you esoteric, exoteric. The exoteric, which is the outer, Christianity, Islam, Judaism. The esoteric, Christianity is Gnosticism. Judaism is Kabbalistic, Kabbalah, and Islam is Sufism. All that shit come out of the damn mystery system or ancient Kemet. You understand what I'm saying? And those are just later names for the shit. Sufi just means, it's an adjective, it just means woolly-haired one. That's explaining something. It's explaining the word Moor, how he looked. The woolly-haired one, Sufi, the woolly-haired, Suf means the woolly-haired one, Suf means wool. Sufi just means, that's what they're explaining. So the crocodile cut it off and they say Sufi Muslim now, those are the mystics of Islam. But it was the Moors that was the mystics of Islam, and they just, what was used to describe the Moors, the woolly-haired one, because the Moors go with Lemuria, Moabites, you get that in the Bible. There was Moors in Greece. What the fuck the Moors doing? When the Greeks talk about some damn Moors and the Moors supposed to come in Yeah, something like that. So it's all, it's, in the future it would appear the way it is now, but looking back and they're looking in, some things come out vague, but they translate the best way they can. Understand? That's some heavy shit. But check out the math on it. The movie came out in November of 1995. 1 year after October 3rd verdict, which is 10/13. October 3rd, 10/13, 13. Unlucky number for the crack ass. You see what I'm saying? Othello came out. Now follow me on this, because it gets even funkier than that. Gets even funkier than that. Let's deal with some things here. To show you this particular science on this, I'm telling you, listen. I'm telling you that what you thought was some bullshit is big. It's big. Now when I go deeper into the Egyptian history, I'm going to show you how big it is. But I got to treat this with some care because you got to understand this particular part. Now, let's deal with this. First of all, what happened was this. Based on the Heretic Papyrus of the British Museum, which is a fragment of a great trial that's supposed to be held into the future, the Great Judgment Trial. The Great Judgment Trial. If you go read the book of Coming Forth by Day, they talk about the Judgment Hall. It's called the Hall of Two Truths. One person version of the truth, another person version of the truth. You had two trials. Actually, I had 4 trials: preliminary, custody, criminal, and the civil suit. But 2 main trials. You see what I'm saying? 2 main trials, which you had 2 truths. You had black people truth, as you saw it, and you got white people truth, as you saw it. I'm telling you, this shit is precise. When I start tapping into this, and I'm telling you, I study, but I'm telling you, the stuff was coming so beautifully, and so it was so laid out. Now, I'm gonna give you the bibliography on it. You might be able to tap into it, but it depends on how much you can go into things other than just reading what you see. That's why, reading the educational process of the left brain is so fucked up anyway. So let your spirit tell you. Because that's how I get through all this shit. I don't get through this shit by reading no damn books and coming and talking to you. I get this stuff because the spirit tell me what I'm reading. That's how I do it. Okay. Now, let's go on. In the Heretic Papyrus of the British Museum, or in the Chesapeake Papyrus, they talk about the judgment trial. And in the judgment trial, you sister didn't find the chalk, did you? No, they ain't got none. Don't matter, I'll talk it out. In the judgment trial, I can draw. Hell, let me get a pencil. In the judgment trial, well, while you getting that, I'll be doing this, or whatever. In the judgment trial, this is what you had. When the Egyptologists studied the judgment trial, in information that came out in 1967 in books that they didn't present to the public, in this particular book, now, I knew I was missing something, but hold on 1 minute. I got it right here. Do you know that, do you have any idea that the doggone white man didn't realize that the Egyptians wrote some stuff, which you wrote some stuff. You were the people that lived back then. All the people you read about ain't nothing but your ass. And mainly you in the United States incarnated in here because you're the one that's privy to the knowledge. That's why you incarnated in here. That's why, and also too, it's special because you got to realize this particular part too. You was the one that lost everything totally. That's right. They say in order to pull the universal laws off to break down the old universe, they had to create a new person inside and out. You are a new creature, newer than anything in the universe. You are even newer than the people that's left on the continent of Africa and even in the Caribbean because they were able to keep some remnants of their culture. If you even look at the Caribbean, they still have some glimpses of Africa, even in the colors and everything. You see what I'm saying? And if you go to Africa, they still got, even though they're colonized, they still understand some glimpses of that. Plus also those other places like the Caribbean and all those particular things, they don't see the same concept of the white man as you do because it's all black. That's all they see is black people. So they don't have the same contrast of you being in a world where it's majority white. You understand what I'm saying? There is a fundamental difference in the actual, your situation. Plus also you was the person that was turned inside out, so they had to make a new human being. So in order so you couldn't carry any of this dimension with you, but don't worry about that. You are the key and the spark for all black people. So you got to understand this. This is the difference of what I'm saying and what all followers are not saying, as far as most people head in organizations. I guarantee you, you go to any organization, I don't give a damn who it is. You go to any organization, in the fundamentalist religion organization, in the Afrocentric conscious organization that's claiming to be the one that's going to lead people in there, they'll all tell you that the people that's not the people that's going to make it is the people that's going to bear witness with their ideology. You understand what I'm saying? All of them will say that. You understand what I'm saying? Now my point is this here: if the spiritual wave was coming to clean us up, why the hell I'm going to come back to save a damn one organization or people and then wipe out the rest of the people on the planet? You understand what I'm saying? It is also prophesied that you would be sick. Because if you wasn't sick and out of your mind, wouldn't be no need for nobody to come clean up nothing. So how in the hell I'm supposed to be sent spiritually? I'm talking about not me, but I'm talking about the spirit.
Damn. Give me this damn microphone. Yeah, almost up. You might pick it up to the third one. All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what I want to look up? Tall Black Alien and Roseanne Barr talked about the Civil War that's going on now. So what does that mean? What does the Civil War mean? A violent conflict within the same country between opposing groups of citizens. Oh, yeah, that's what's happening in almost every country now. Fighting amongst themselves. Don't like the government, whatever going on. The American Civil War specifically was a war fought between the United States, the Union, and 11 states that succeeded to form the Confederate States of America, with the central conflict being the institution of slavery and its future of the nation. General meaning: a civil war is a war fought between fractions of the same country. These conflicts often arise from disagreements over political power, ideology, resources, or secession. The American Civil War caused. The intermediate trigger was the election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860, as his stance against the extension of slavery into new territories led Southern states to secede. Core issue: the war was fundamentally about the preservation of the Union and the future of slavery, and was essential to the Southern economy. Secession: the seven Southern states that seceded formed this Confederacy, but the Union government refused to recognize this separation. Beginning: the war started when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter in Charleston, South Carolina in 1861. Outcome: the Union victory abolished slavery and helped to preserve the United States as a single nation. A war between citizens of the same country. Well, they got that right. And add the so-called aliens that tall white alien was talking about. So he said they have to eat. So killing more, he said, want to kill more people. Oh shit, whole bunch of shit gonna be going on. That's already going on under the table. And in our face, they really ain't hiding too much anymore. See, because most of the time when soldiers and stuff are coming to that state or neighborhood or something, they want to kill the people of that place for other reasons, experiments, stealing melanin. The white folks, I'll tell you, the Jews are eating them, Israel, the rabbis drinking the blood. So we got a total bloodbath going in the neighborhoods, the big homes, experiment underground. Lord, it be. Well, it's definitely chaos. So hold on to y'all heads. That's why I say, everybody, you need to grab what you're going to grab and figure out how you're going to maintain this, research this, protecting your family, because they done almost turned families against each other. Some of your family might not even be real. So figure out how y'all going to do this. We going to do this, right? In whatever ways to get somebody that's on your side, that a team that know what's going on, and you can trust them and respect each other. You won. I got these little cards I wanted to play with. Let's see what comes out. We got hanging. Hang your clothes on. And we also got a tag on the back. Why they remind me of a toe tag and hangings. So to me, the Civil War was it was against freedom, and it was whites and blacks wanted freedom, and whites and blacks did not. So what they're trying to do is separate the two so that you won't stand together and fight for what's right. That's what they're doing. They're trying to cause hatred. So that's why I say you got to read between things. We got the mop, and we got the pig. We got the pot and the fox. We got dirt, and we got paint. This remind me of blood. Oh, somebody needs to clean up. It's gonna be springtime, okay? Buying new clothing. Winter time coming. Okay. Pork. I know people eat pork. I try not to. Mopping up like they used to. Probably why it came in reverse. They used to clean it up so you won't know what's going on. They still doing some of it, but they getting out of that. Got dirt, so there can be a different color race, blood, melanin, trickster, the fox, eating your ass. And we got the pig in the pot. I already told you about white folks. Inky made the white folks from a pig, and he made them from an ape, and made the albino first. He did that. Probably some other things he know from, we forgot. You know what I'm saying? But for reasons that he were not healed from, and he wanted to discredit his race. That's one set of white people. Okay. So he did not have the authority to put souls in them. Yeah. Let's see what the cards say. Four of Wands reverse, conflict, no stability, sad, challenge, not happening, home. So I would say, where you lay your head at, where you lay your clothes. Some people are going to be losing that, or some people don't have that anymore. Okay, then we got the Ten of Pentacles. Now, that's a bunch of money, true enough. But it's also people on the Kabbalah. This is the Kabbalah. So you got different planets. So we're here, Earth, the lowest. The Kabbalah tree. The tree of life. Trying to get the planet's name. Oh, okay, they talking about the crown chakra. Understanding, the crown. Let me see, understanding, wisdom. 1, 2, 3, 2, 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna go here first. Okay, we got the crown in the first one. Then to your right, no, left. All right, yeah, left would be wisdom. I mean, understanding. Then to your right would be wisdom, feminine energy, right side, left side. And then in the middle is knowledge. And going on this side, the right side would be loving and kindness. And then on the other side would be strength. And in the middle, harmony. And on the right side, victory. And on the left side is surrender. In the middle, okay, knowledge, harmony. Okay. The last is foundation. Let's find the planets. Okay, the top is, they got the top as Neptune. They got the right side as Uranus. Left side, Saturn. Jupiter. Underneath Jupiter is Venus. Okay, in the middle, we got Pluto. And under Pluto is the sun. And then the moon, that's what we at. Oh shoot, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 6, 9, or 10. So what I mess up at? Okay, we got Crown, Neptune, Pluto, Sun, Moon, Ascended. 2, 3. Oh, they got 5 in the middle. So they added 1. Ascended. Ascendant. Malkhutt. I think that should be Earth. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait a minute. 3, 6, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, they got 11. Right. Okay, then back on the left side is Mars under Saturn, and then Mercury. So yeah, the last one has to be Earth. Where we at? Y'all look at it. Earth. For your consent. So I'm assuming this is where they block you. Won't let you go up further. According, you have to do that to your own vibration. Okay. Money, happy family, contract, and Page of Pentacles, childish, new, young child, French hobby, student, college, studying. Okay, leaving home. This is also about going to college, your child, your student, your high school student. Grant money or loan or whatever, scholarship. Leaving home. Maybe not returning. He may be going abroad. Could be going abroad. Said got sad. It's going to be a challenge. Their child going off. Okay, doing something else. Maybe taking astrology, astronomy. Maybe finna join the NASA or something like that. Let's see. Studying the stars. Meeting new people, different background. Maybe they were isolated or something. I mean, not isolated, not wealthy, because this could be a mansion as well, right? But it's with first, so, it's a nice home, but, or an apartment. Misunderstanding, not understanding, letting your child go off. Could be a good or a bad thing. I told y'all about a lot of things that the university does. 501s, arguments, fights. Okay, somebody left home in a bad gesture. That's why the sadness. Tension building, ambitious, anxiety. Queen of Pentacles. It could be the mom or the women of the family, the aunties. Okay. Focus, business. Be a hard worker. She went on the Ten of Pentacles, so she's maybe the breadwinner. Could be a masculine and feminine energy, but a single parent home. She works a lot. But it's an argument going on between her and her child. Let's see. Okay, she's doing some introspecting. Maybe she's seeing herself and her child, maybe. This is the professor, too. Well, the hermit would be the professor. He could be representing professor, but it's also a secret society or like a alpha gamma resort, how you say that, sorority. She could belong to. Maybe she wanted to go to the college that she or he was in the sorority or something like that. And conflict. She wanted them to meet maybe her colleagues or the teachers or whatever at that college. Maybe to give them a pass or upper hand or something. We got Ten of Pentacles again. And something about paying. Now this is old neighborhood family, but reverse is not. It's like maybe somebody lived in the same neighborhood as your child. Or she could be remembering maybe bad memories of childhood or how she got the money to go to college. Maybe scholarship because it's straight up. So this is kind of a middle class, maybe. She worked hard. She might be trying to convince her child that it's a privilege. Maybe a child's very smart. It's a privilege to go to college or whatever, but I think I'm looking at this child as maybe want to go for art. It's an artist, kind of the children that are very smart want to do things their way, right? Painting, because I'm looking at this Five of Wands, having a gallery or just something different about this child. Three of Pentacles, plans. Yeah, the parent either had plans for this child, and this mother might be saying, I'm not going back to the old neighborhood. I work too hard. She may live in like upper scale, middle class neighborhood. So her plans how she thinks things should roll, I guess. I don't think the child's agreeing with that. We got it again, right? Look at this. Um, I don't know if she's, like I say, I don't know if she's, or he's like, be privileged. You know, you're privileged to get out of here, go on to something better. Um, let's see what the child's saying. Whoa. 8 of Cups reverse. Don't find things, so somebody's coming back. Or maybe they're going back to the old neighborhood. Something about the child and the mother. Could be a grandparent. There's also ancestors, an idea, or paved the way. The Hermit card. Also isolation, ghosted, dark night of soul. She could be hurt by this, the arguments, going back. Remember, I met this guy. He had moved, his parents had moved to the better side of the neighborhood. And he said his parents stopped him, I told y'all this before, stopped him from talking to the kids from just right across the way that they grew up with. Told them they were better than them now. And you stopped them from being friends. And they've been knowing these, since they were little. And it was hard for them, but he said they still sneaked over there and talked to their friends. So I don't know if this got to do with that. She wants the child to be, uppity, get a good education, not go back to the old neighborhood, the old church. Maybe they're in a new church now. You know how the big neighborhoods have their own big old church. Her plans, but seemed like he got his plans too. Going back, 8 of Cups, reverse, staying. Yeah. Alone, forces money, for peace of mind. Somebody wants to settle it. Or she wants to not, maybe it was a violent neighborhood. Or just not up to par. Want to have peace of mind wherever you go. She can be relaxed. You don't have to worry about him. Something like that. Let me see. Okay. Low reverse. That's again community. That's again neighborhood. She could be divorced. Celibate, because love affair is in the reverse. Marriage is in the reverse. She cares about material stuff. There's a lot of choices out there. I don't know. She could be telling them about, what's out there. What's out there? The dangers of it. 7 of Wands, protect. Yeah, military. She wants to protect them from the ways of the world. 8 of Caution tape. Fuck. Got death here too. Reverse. So, then it could mean also, she wants him to be like a doctor or pharmacist or something like that, study in school. Okay. 9 of Wands reverse. Not a victim. Oh, is this about a murder? Murder, she wrote. Murder, she wrote. She could be an author with that, somebody writing a mystery, cold case, mystery, um, what else? A book on deaths or poisons or revive, survive, release. Somebody, caution tape, crime scene. Could be telling about the neighborhood, how bad it was. Narrow escape that. How many deaths in the neighborhood she's seen, the drugs, the crime, you know, and the child being, you know, want to explore, might want to, you know, do that, see that for themselves. Maybe don't think it's that bad. Look in my description box for prices. Amias, Edmund, then I'll be glad to do it. Okay. Um, so making a choice. Where are you going to end up in life? This could be someone who thinks that the better neighborhood is better. In some ways, yeah, but there's crime everywhere. Sophisticated crime and just downright dirty. You know what I'm saying? Downright dirty. Regular blood. I think what she's got. Pots. Yeah, the trickery of it all. She don't want to end up dead. And remember, you know, look at your child's clothes that's deceased. Because I wear my daughter's jacket a lot. And she don't want that to happen either. I don't want you to be another victim in that world or that society or whatever the deal might be. That neighborhood. This could be that as well. This chicken. He thinks that she's being paranoid. Bottle top. She thinks he's being He thinks she's being paranoid. You know, a lot of I used to get on my daughter about this. She did not think the world was this crazy. Try to tell her people, you know, you don't know who real, you don't know who sent handlers, what type of hurt they got from past when they were young. Not even just past life. You don't know who from the past life want to fuck you up this time. She had so much high hope. And I think this child here is the same. And it's kind of scaring the mom. Probably got friends that were not so great in their life, and the mother could see that. Yeah, it's like bad choices, you know, and friends. She's so scared for him. Yeah, I know the feeling. I was like that when I was younger. I had to wake up. Creator took good care of me because I was in some situations and around people that was just, I didn't even know they would stab me in the back. She putting up protection on him. I wanted to learn how to protect herself. She just don't want, I don't know if this person buried a child already. Nine of Wands, undecided, stuck, wounded, confused. Again, being a victim. Yeah. You just don't want it to happen. Look in the description box, baby, for the prices, okay? Then come back and tell me. Push through, tired. Yeah. Keep going. Not giving up. I know she lost. Could be done lost a child. So she tried to keep going. Yeah, try to keep going. Could be telling a child that about life, making decisions, you know, the right decisions. Have truth. Miscommunication and trouble. Feeling guilty. This could be runaway. I don't know, somebody's child ran away. Runaway child, running wild. Gotta go. Yeah, because they had an argument, a child left. King of Swords. Reverse. Based on some lies. Feeling like she can't protect them. Helpless. Seven of Swords. And then here would be the trickery. That Fox. The Lover's card. Reverse. Stop. No stealing. Being honest. Coming clean. Not being you. Imposter. Giving it back. So, stole from her. Or, like I say, maybe going the wrong way. You say hi. Y'all come. Why y'all say that? Say hi. You ain't said hi. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, work. Somebody it's a thief. Or telling a child to work for it. I don't know if the child is finding out what their mom really do. I'm good. How's your day? And hi. See, that's how you coming to. Okay. The child either finding out by some trickery, deceit, family thieves, how they got the money. That's good. Brooke. How they got the money. This could be country too. Go and stay with a grandpa. Elderly in the country. I don't know. Let's see. This goes so many ways, Lord. I appreciate we give me so many scenarios. Knight of Swords, reverse, slow down. It says criminals. Judgment. Boomerang could be scared that that child is going to fall into that situation, hanging with the wrong crowd. Or the child discovering that's what the parent does. One of the two. Handcuffs, could be jail. Could be trying to balance them out. Brakes in a car. Or their fan built. Somebody's might be wrong. Somebody's fan built, something like that. I bought a new fan built. A new fan. Boomerang effect. Maybe the father here. Father was a liar. King of Swords. Maybe left. The family gotta go. Want the child to turn out like the father or something. Hang with the wrong crowd. Somebody has a lot of pride. Police always after the father or older child or something. Yeah, a lot of fights, maybe gangs, gang related. Giving them a choice. You don't have to go that way. Plenty other ways to go, but I see you going down that road. I want to be exposed. Somebody they don't like you, the parent or whoever this is, telling them stuff. They don't see, or they could be saying, you don't see nothing good, you don't trust me. Dark days, not happy about the situation. Choosing the wrong thing to do. You see as a parent, a good parent, that's not doing any of these things, what could happen. You see in the whole picture, right? The Empress. You see in the whole picture, Empress behind Empress. Okay, so this could be, the trickery of it all. Could be twins, two sisters, two aunties. Aunties agreeing with the Queen of Pentacles, the mom or whatever. I don't know if this is, because I'm seeing women, only one male. So I don't know if the father's not in this. This could be elite family, I don't know. 4 Cups reverse, cold, no assistance. Code 4. Stubborn. Alone. 3 of Cups. Depending on money, not free. Oh, this is a group discussing about the youth or about the crime or Knight of Pentacles, visitor, player, commitment, hard work. Okay, maybe about marriage and relationships and life and school and job. We got job over here too, hard workers. Could be a, how you call it, Lamar's class with both them Empress there. Can't fit their clothes anymore. Due to the pregnancy, not everybody gained weight. Mad about that. Could have had baby for a player. Maybe somebody tell them about their life. He was a player. Papa was a rolling stone, my son. Wherever he lay his head was his home. And had a I don't know, Wade. I ain't got time to be worried about that. How you doing? Maybe the mother-in-law wasn't so great. Running a child. Yeah, and father wasn't so great. Maybe worried about meeting the wrong person, not only just the wrong friends. Girl on the wrong side of the track, boy on the wrong side of the track, player thinking it's gonna turn out like theirs, seeing signs. Sometimes they could be true. The parent knows. Sometimes it don't. Or whatever happened. These parents is not trying to save their child. Okay. Six of Swords reverse. Yeah. From being bogged down, drowning in regret, lost, and going back to the runaway, trying to stop from running away, or somebody looking for them, hoping they're not deceased. Like I said, maybe guilt or blame. Maybe worked a lot, didn't have time for the child. I see that too. But it's getting sad. I'm sad. Yeah. Trying to figure out where they at. World in the palm of your hands. You don't have to go down. You don't have to be like me and your dad. You don't have to be like this person, that person. Y'all can build a future. The world is in your hand. How you go about this, the choices you make in life, having a plan and seeing it through more than 5 to 10 years. How do you want to be in 6 years? How do you want to be in 10 years? You know what I'm saying? What you expect it, at least have a plan, and that making sure that person has a plan as well. Then I'm seeing swimming, drowning, I don't know, ferry boat. Okay, but yeah. Okay, yeah, so you won't get heartbroken, just expect the unexpected. One would think more logical. Things happen. You can't avoid it in this crazy world. Being lied to, being brokenhearted, failure, feeling like a failure. Or going back to what I said at first. God in your heart. Warning, operation, hardened shots, laser surgery. Forgive, quiet power, quiet abuse, too much logic. So what they did, how dad, boyfriend, whatever, treated me, I don't know. Yeah, goons, vampires, criminals, sucking the life out of you, aggressive criminals, no focus, outside person, disobey orders. Page, no future. Yeah, I'm like messing up your future, you know what I'm saying? Hang with the wrong crowd, hang with criminals, backstabbing people. With no feeling, lying. Like they remember from their past. Don't want their child to fall into the same way. Honor your ancestors. That could be also, this could be grandma and grandpa deceased, or maybe somebody is having a hard time with their death. You're fired. You're about to lose your job. Somebody could be feeling that way about that. Spiritual bath, definitely needed. Sacrifice Libra. Make a spiritual bath, Libra. Your child killing animals, future serial killer. So you feel like your child is going the way. Damn. Different realms, dimensions, chakras. I talked about the dimension. I definitely a crazy one. India. Could be from India, or talking to somebody from India, or the skin color. One or two. Stay strong. Will you join a third-party relationship? That was definitely reversed. Slowly programming you. Yeah, you could feel it. Your child or something fall into that category. Fall in the wrong crowd. Poland. Therapist. Somebody may need a therapist. Some hidden things that they haven't addressed. Comedy show, Take My Wife, Please. Wow. That's a disrespect. I think, what's his name? Damn, his name is that was part of his show. I can't think of his name. I can see his face. He used to always say that money, home, car, etc. left to you. Okay. Don't want you to have it. Watching you planning your death or accident, kill you in hospital on the way. Ew. That's another scenario. Boy, cousin. Someone you know is still taking money under the table to take you out. Wow. Tires, sealing, message your tires. Like it's tire on flat. Sending a cleaner. Walking Dead. I was talking about them. Somebody on drugs. They got them people on drugs. Look like they walking dead. I did a video on that. My daughter showed me so I say, watch what you eat now. Watch that water. Don't trust the water no more. Me and my grandson looked at a thing online, and faucet water was actually more healthier than the water in the bottles. Reading minds. Could have that ability. Got Captain Capricorn spaceship taking charge. It was reversed, but whatever that means to you. Got shipwreck. We got the ship was reversed to a spacecraft, or seeing the spacecraft. Maybe one crashed by your house. I don't know. They say the government stuff, but the government didn't learn it from themselves. They had to learn it from something that's higher than themselves. We got American Indians coming through the thunderstorm beings. That could be that. Lighthouse. Somebody might live out like that. Ouch. Light outside your house. I don't know. Or lights from seeing the spaceship. You may have to step in and take care of your grandkids or grandparents. Protect y'all. Want the kids. We'll try and kill you. Whoa. Whoa. So this is a different culture. We got Indian, American Indian. We got India children. We got Poland. Y'all better protect your kids, okay? Sound like that's coming through the storms. That's a kidnapping by the aliens, or Americans, different cultures got spaceships too. Experiment. Damn, child support CPS could lie on you, or deadbeat dad. Program and experiment and corrupt them. Yeah. Some of these kids, y'all. Everything keeps happening over and over with plots and twists. True that. Your brother was forced to target you because of the government was in the military. That's fucked up. Got good friends around you though. Or y'all gonna become a group and of friends and take care of y'all business together. Age of reason. I don't know, they trying to convince you of a brother trying to convince you to let your kids go. Maybe tell them they gonna be smarter or whatever. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the age of reason is. What does the age of reasoning mean? The time of life when one begins to be able to distinguish right from wrong. Okay. A period characterized by prevailing belief in the use of reason, especially age of reason, the 18th century English and France. Let me put that down. So they believe, I don't know if it's to let the kids make the decision, or just be reasonable about this, or maybe they're going to get in trouble and try to convince you. Maybe they want all that money at first. Maybe they want you to take the money and let them take your child, or whoever it is, grandparents. Got sacrifice Libra. We got also got witches here. Got warlocks here. We got a tyrant and grandparents too. Mothers maybe looking for their kids that's been stolen away, abducted. Aged at which a child attained the use of reason and begin to have more responsibility. Okay. Oh, I read a book like this. The grandpa, was he a grandpa? Yeah. They were savers of the world. And the kids stayed in the neighborhood. They were all different cultures. But the kids didn't know that they were aliens, right? And their parents were savers of the world. And so they had been they was very intelligent kids. They had all kind of computer systems, they had all kind of shit. And so when they did find out, they were spying on their parents, and they seen their parents talking about diamonds and all that. I forgot why they was talking about diamonds. So they thought their parents were jewel thieves. So they was all scared and stuff. And then they found out, because the grandpa told them. But then the parents had to go away and fight somebody, like a superhero thing. And the parents got captured. So the kids went out to go find them. They all got together. They were very smart kids. Went out to find them, and they went underground. And when they went underground, they ran into their grandpa. And he was there with other beings arriving for the war. And he seen them, you know, talking to him. He said, I told your parents to tell y'all the truth, because he did. They was coming back and forth to the dad. You need to tell him. You need to tell him, you know. And the dad didn't want him to, you know, want him to grow up that fast. Really didn't want him to know, you know, whatever the reason. But they end up helping the uncle, because some of the aliens that came down were there in disguise. So they started a big war. And before the little war had started, they was from some different other realm. So he wanted them to go head on to the different realm, and they'll go find the parents. But the kids pretend he had a little space shuttle for them to get on. But the kids pretended that was them. They put like some stuffed animals on it. And he thought when he sent it up that they was them on there to be safe on their planet. And the thing blew up before it got to that planet. So he was all scared and stuff. Then they came up and they was hiding. And they told him we wasn't going nowhere without our parents. So he was glad, you know, because he thought they was burnt up. And that's when the war with the ones that's the aliens that snuck in, that wasn't on their side, and started the war. So the whole underground thing, they was shooting, fighting, or whatever kind of weapons they had. So they was escaping and all that kind of stuff. So it ended. They got away with the grandparent, grandparent, whoever it was, and they were scoping to find the parents. And that was the end of the book. So I don't know if it was a part 2 to that book, but that was a good book. I ain't got a lot of good books in a long time. Yes, I put a spell on your family to kill you or set you up. Don't care who dies. It's some cold shit. People be sometimes be making their own grave. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. Says your mother a reverse. Okay. Have a way out, whatever in your life. Take care of your feet. Voodoo dolls or Pisces energy or something wrong with your feet, whatever. Could be whatever kind of way. If you're not wise when you get older, you wasted your time. Hello. They will get effed up for betraying you. Hello. It's a setup to get set up. Dispose of stealing information from the chosen one. Yeah, people don't know other people be watching them. I already explained that before with the joke on Batman. He had each one of them kill each other out because he was going to keep everything. He really didn't give a damn about it. He just wanted to cause some havoc. I want to be on the right side fighting to change things. Father is innocent. So that could be, because remember, one of them I said if they couldn't find the father. Where is that? Oh no, it's the food card. When it says a portal. Somewhere I was looking. Going into, I got portal, wormhole, dimension. So that could be, somebody could be telling the kids about who they really are and the fight and the dimension, whoever they really are. I want or I chopped him up, him or her up, damn. Leaving the door, windows open to let someone come in to hurt you. Don't want you to know who you are so they can reincarnate you to continue being their slaves. Now we got that group too. So secret society, all colors, are setting people up and hanging them on a tree, a post. Want to put fear back in you. And I said that tall alien said that they need fear. The tall white alien say they need fear and the energy from our fear and the death, the spirits, soul, whatever. Neighbor behind you. Let's throw mama, daddy from the train. Damn. Not going on here. killing his or her sibling. He, she would do anything with or for their partner, even kill. Stalking your kids, want them to poison or set you up, kill you. Because time is running out, will kill them or their kids, sacrifice their children. They have all kind of bodysuits to set up many cultures. Damn. So must be going on, I'll tell you. Store owner or could be involved. Trafficking dope, cheating the people in a ring. Gemini that hangs at store across the street in Capricorn. Want you to be jealous of them, competition or competing. Life of luxury, game, airplanes, etc. All life. Could be a private plane. Excuse me, coach. Or game in the store. Neighborhood cops. Following you from past life, bad. Making you do wrong. Not a friend, family member, mate, or child. What's it, they're a cop now? Shape-shifting. Sacrifice of fugus. Stay happy. I'm not happy about that. That's reverse. You mean there has to be a reason? Police using a physical psychic to find truth from through black magic deaths. Hello. It's about, yeah, please use more of them. Fake shootings to blame an innocent person or cause fear to get the energy. Secret society. Young white boys. I don't know you. You don't know me. House spirits, hidden things, or fixing. CEO. Fix yourself. Mother involved in child's murder. Wife or brother. Your nephew showed them how to sacrifice their family. Horrible smells. Thank you. Your life don't matter to them. Repent, apologize. Sleeps in a tent. Yeah, the way they treat them, they show don't mean nothing. Meat. You know what I'm saying? Trying to clean it up. Bottle top. Top on it. Top off. Top off. Pop off. Pop off. Dirty. Somebody dirty. Criminal. Blood in a pot. Spaghetti. A red pot. Red walls. Orange coat with shackles. Police station. Have a camera in your house or apartment. Damn. sacrifice Capricorn. People at work. Your sister Aquarius. Your husband love you and wish a nigga would. Hello. Russians. Irish. Black people. Fake wife, reverse, but is his wife. Your sister Taurus. Somebody lying, say they're not married or something. Sneaking out of school, growing up too fast. That's runaway. That's what we started with. Young black boys. Hire young boys to spy and take you out. They want you to leave, but won't tell you. Use your discernment. Fake phone call to set you up. Don't go or answer. Hand and feet. Don't get paid for killing. Plan on cutting somebody's hands and feet off. Fake pregnancy. Jealous of your family. All right, a few more. I'm out. Thank y'all for the likes. I appreciate it. On the roof, penthouse, 1 through 15th floor, condo or townhouse. Your sister Sagittarius. A white truck or van. So big and tall. I don't know why I said superhuman strength. Mom. Scottish. From another dimension around the giant. I understand and speak to animals, Dr. Doolittle and family, or experiment on them. Tattoos and innocent. Alright, y'all. I've been on here long enough, I guess, for now. Hope I help in some type of way. The information, 3 videos. Y'all go check it out. This information, you know what I'm saying? Things you may or may not have known. Just good to get the knowledge anyway and figure it out for yourself. If it's right or wrong for you, whatever the deal may be. You know? Okay? All right. Love y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Appreciate it.